Welcome, everybody, to Table Crashers episode 33. 33, that's right. We've been here for a while now. So we are here with Marc Specter from Grand Gamers Guild, and he is going to be talking about the Artemis project with us, which is currently on Kickstarter. Marc, welcome.
It's good to be here.
Awesome. Great to have you. So to start it all out, for those who aren't familiar with the Grand Gamers Guild, could you please walk us through that? Like what you guys do.
You probably hear my dog barking in the background.
I do. That's perfect. Perfect timing. You know, why not? It's okay.
I think my oldest son just got home from work, which is why. So yeah, Grand Gamers Guild was begun back in early 2016. First game on Kickstarter, a small card game called Unreal Estate. I think it was June year, and we released Unreal Estate in June of 2017. Previously published at that point Stroop, which was another card game that kind of had mass release at Origins 2017. Followed that up with Pocket Ops, a little tiny tic-tac-toe on steroids type game.
Okay.
This year, did our biggest game in conjunction with Burnt Island Games called Endeavor Age of Sail.
I think most people watching have heard of that one. So
big one. We're on Kickstarter right now with Artemis Project, which has just a little over 2 weeks to go. And
that's
things
awesome.
are going well.
It seems to be. You guys got funded day one, right? That's always a badge of honor, isn't it?
We did 7 hours. It wasn't quite as fast as Endeavor, which was about 4 hours. But Endeavor was kind of its own thing.
Right.
It was a Grail game for many people. It was very much a known. Apologize. Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
That. So Endeavor was kind of its own thing. It was a known entity. It was a Grail game for a lot of people for a super long time.
Right.
So to compare Artemis Project to that would be a little unfair to myself.
It's very true. So actually, to touch on that real quick, Endeavor seems to be your breakout title within your publishing company. Would you refer to it as that? Like sort of moving from? Yeah.
What I think is significant about Endeavor, aside from Endeavor itself, is that I had cultivated an audience of small box game, supporters. Unreal Estate, Stroop, and Pocket Ops were all 15, 20-minute. Endeavor wasn't, we're probably just one step short of miniatures, but in terms of it being a gigantic game, it's a gigantic game. I mean,
right.
Full on board, player boards, game trays. Again, aside from miniatures, it's in there. It's gigantic. Lots and lots of moving parts, literally and figuratively.
So one thing we like to ask, we talk about the scope of some of these jobs and what it entails. But as the publisher, or in that partnership you were in, could you share what that experience was like? Some of the emotions you went through in that process.
Sure. So, I mean, first when we were putting together the contract, the designers Carl and Jared are on the other side of the world, and so it's always interesting putting together a contract with any designer. But who had a very successful game on their hand, it was definitely a different type of engagement. But and much credit to Helena, because it was really her passion that drove the agreement. And when we got together with Jared and Carl, we, hammered out the details, put it all together. Again, Endeavor as a game was done. So it wasn't development to the base that needed to be done, but there was quite a bit of development that needed to be done on the what we call the exploits. These 15 different scenarios, let's say, that you put in the game, and they bring the history to life. They bring the mechanics of the game to life in a whole different way.
Okay.
That was really what got hammered out as we were building up to the Kickstarter.
Okay.
Then after that, it was go time. And really, Endeavor was like a bullet train. Man, we hit go and it just didn't stop all the way till the end. I mean, there was a minor lull, like every Kickstarter campaign has a lull in it.
Yes.
You know, a lull in Endeavor is still an amazing day on just about any other campaign.
Which, I mean, so the excitement for you, where was your excitement level as you went through that project? Like the day, let's take me to day one of launch. Where were you? Like where was your?
So, quite frankly, it was unprecedented. We, you know, happened. You know, you saw things like Brass come back and they just did gangbusters.
Yep.
But, you know, Endeavor's different than Brass. And so I think I can say honestly, our hope was to hit $200,000. And all told, we actually hit in US dollars about 550 by the time it was done. So again,
wow.
It was unprecedented. I mean, especially for my little games.
Of course,
so
yeah.
It was fine experience all around, and yeah, super exciting, especially when after the dip in your last and you're in the last 48 hours.
Yeah,
things really went bananas.
Like your inbox before in that Kickstarter launch, and then the day after. Like, were we talking like, you know, massive changes to communication too at that point between all different sources?
In fact, I'll give you a very good example. Right now, we're readying for Essen. The number of meetings that are being requested of me and Helena combined, it's just crazy. I mean, I added 3 new meetings to my calendar today. It's almost to the point where, you know, the show starts on Thursday and it ends on Sunday, and it's a really long convention day.
Right.
Convention day is a full hour longer than most other conventions. It runs 10 to 7, not 10 to 6. And
right.
And it's almost as if I'm not actually going to work my own booth. I mean, I'm going to be there, of course.
Right.
Coming up such that I literally have a meeting, you know, half of the day right now, every day. And I know more requests are going to be coming. So
an interesting question in regards to that is, you know, do you feel that in some cases you long for the days when you could just go to a convention and drink it in? And just be a part of the convention and not like the person that everybody's looking for, and like does it sometimes wear on you to be, you know, pulled in all these different directions when you go to just hang out and play games, you know?
Actually, no, I'm not jaded yet.
Okay.
I suppose maybe there will come a time, but you know, Endeavor is fantastic, but right now it's only Endeavor. That is to say, I don't have 5 games that are evergreen that everyone's going crazy for. We can talk again when that happens. Maybe my answer will change.
Yeah, we'll talk a few months after Artemis, right?
yeah, maybe after Artemis. That would be.
So how did you become involved? This is going to go take you back now. How did you become involved in what started you in the hobby? You know, how far does it go back?
Sure. So actually, I got involved in the hobby all the way back in 2005 of a professional networking group for what was my actual career at that time, which was insurance sales. I was in a group, and you do this little speech where you tell a little bit about yourself. And I mentioned I was a gamer. And after that particular meeting, my buddy, or the person who became my buddy, hey, I'm a gamer too. And every year we go to this convention, and, you know, you might want to consider going. And was Origins. My first Origin, he actually invited me in 2004.
Okay.
But what happened at that point was my wife was pregnant and born premature, and everything's fine now, so we don't need to go into that particular story.
Of course.
Now that I went to Origins a full year later in 2005, and that was just a completely mind-blown moment. This thing existed that I never knew.
Right.
And I had been a role-play gamer for probably 3 or 4 years. I ran my own 3.0 Dungeons and Dragons campaign for about 8 years. But then once I went to Origins, the slow evolution to an appreciation of board games as we know them kind of began to take over.
Modern board gaming it's vastly different than what we grew up with, you know, as kids. You know, now,
yeah, totally.
Well, like what I mean, and you know, it seems like an adaptation of the video games we loved. that were taken away from us in some ways by the changes to the industry and video games. We sort of, instilled that love into board games now, and now we're growing that that thing as a generation.
I tell you, when I was in college, the skill necessary for video game prowess outstripped me. Can't keep up anymore, and I watch my kids play and controller a couple times, and it's really just laughable.
Exactly. So do you have and because your role within Grand Gamers Guild is publisher, but you also are lead dev for the company, correct?
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit. Can you say the last part again?
Yeah, no problem. Are you also the lead developer, or you take on the role of developer for the company as well for your games?
My lead developer is Josh Capel, who is also known as an artist and a designer and a graphic designer, and now lead developer. So, definitely the first gate that people have to get through. Has to sing to me. It has to catch my interest. It's my time and money that are going to go into it.
Right.
But after that, once it passes my litmus test, I'm with Josh, and we'll give it a go. And I need to make sure that he's on board, because I don't ever want him to, be forced to work on a game that he doesn't.
Right. Because yeah.
And then once he's on board, then we're rocking and rolling, and it's just a matter of figuring out want to take the game.
That's great. So do you have any advice for hobby designers? And I think you understand the difference between the hobby and like a professional, somebody whose aspirations are for professional design, game design. But that often blends too. I think we can agree on that. But do you have any advice for hobby designers who are looking to take that leap into professional design?
Yeah, I mean, and this is kind of tried and true advice. I mean, I think the first thing you need to do is you need to attend conventions. There is so much going on at conventions, and you could, I don't know what's the word. You could look at conventions and go, oh, that just tells you what's brand new. But if you're if you're a designer, you kind of need to know what's brand new, because you need to know what you're up against out there.
Right.
Honestly, this industry is so small. So many people are willing to give you their time and their energy and their need to get to a convention, meet the people, shake the hands, have them sit down at the table. You don't know if the person who sits down to play your prototype is going to be a gamer,
right,
on some downtime, or going to be a publisher who just happened to be walking by the table and it caught their eye.
Absolutely. So you would say that some of your best bet is if you have a game that you've sort of went through the development process, game testing and everything, and you want to catch the eyes of people and possible publishers, bring it to the convention, bring your game, have some people that are at the convention ask what they want to play, and then as that people start to pass by and take a look at the game, talk it up then, almost like a grassroots idea of this is what my product is, and this is what I could bring to the table, that kind of thing. But just don't force it, right? Just have fun with it.
There are so many formal outlets to get that prototype out in front of people. I mean, you have Unpub, and you have Protospiel, and you have
very true
Metatopia. So there are environments that are specifically conducive to catching the eye of the appropriate people. But then you got to be at the consumer conventions. You never know when so-and-so's developer is going to be walking by.
Right.
Or you set up a scheduled event and, the description catches somebody's interest. So
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't force it, awesome. but you got to be present and you got to be ready.
So I'm going to skip to one of my fun questions, and what is your guilty pleasure game? So what game do you like to play that you're partially ashamed of liking to play it?
My gosh. Your game. I'll say this one. Gosh, that's tough. So, if you ask me my guilty pleasure television show, I think I could easily tell you it would be Supernatural, because that thing is
okay. Yeah, mine too.
And super hokey. It's kind of like the same I don't say it's the same storyline over and over, but there's certain things that aren't going to change.
Well, the arc is recycled. It's always like
Exactly.
big baddie, rising action, kill big baddie, Sam and Dean fight, and then the next season starts again where they're fighting. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But anyway,
yeah. At some point they're going to get knocked back on their heels. They're going to recoup, and the King of Hell and whatever the angel's name are going to ally or fight.
Oh, come on, Castiel. You got to remember Castiel's name, Mark.
I will say that my guilty pleasure game, the only thing I can think of off the top of my head is a relatively newer game called Ion.
Okay.
A pretty classic drafting and set collection game. It doesn't take a lot of brain power. You're basically building compounds, and the goal is to have them have no charge. So my kids like it. My wife likes it. It's pretty easy to bang out that game very quickly.
Okay.
Some good, quick family time. I mean, my wife all the way down to my 11-year-old daughter can play it.
That's awesome. And think, I think that's a good point, is a lot of people when they talk about guilty pleasure games, it's because your family enjoys it outside of like you really enjoying it. Like Monopoly is my family's game. And, when you talk to other designers and stuff and they're like, oh, Monopoly, all random, you know what I mean? That's my guilty pleasure game. So what conventions are you headed to for the remainder of this year? So people might be able to, shake your hand, say hi.
That would be awesome. There is nothing better than meeting someone who, is excited to see me because they've bought a game or whatever the case may be.
Absolutely.
So we'll be at Essen. And last year at Essen, we were all the way back in hall number 8, way up to hall number 5. So that's really amazing.
Uh-huh.
It's not to my knowledge one of the big halls, but heck, it's not 8. So that's moving on with the world.
Yeah.
And then we'll be at PAX Unplugged in late November, early December. And
that's awesome.
We have a booth number, but I don't remember what it is. But PAX is small enough, at least it was last year, that we should be pretty easy to find.
See, and that's where I am. Everybody from Game School is going to be at PAX this year as well. We were last year, but we weren't there cohesively. We were there independently. And I think that's how Geek Spiel sort of came to be in a way, was through PAX meetings and conversations. But at least the current iteration of it. But so we'll be there, and I'm in the same. Do you want it to be bigger, or did you like it last year, the way it was?
Oh, actually, I thought it was fantastic. I thought they had amazing gaming space. I thought the vendor area was. Look, and this is a very self-serving statement because PAX conventions. I've not been to any other PAX conventions, but I know they're humongous.
Right.
Space is going to grow.
Yes.
I did fine there. Not as good as I would have hoped, but I did okay. And their vendor space doesn't grow because right then I was a smaller fish in a smaller pond. The pond is going to get bigger, and this fish hasn't grown all that much. So we'll see what happens. But it'll grow. I mean,
right. Well, I mean, one thing that PAX has always done is there for the fans, and they'll never grow to the point where that's all it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's other conventions that's all it is vendor space, and a lot of what PAX stands for is for the fan experience, and that's why I loved their gaming space and their game library that they had was just such an awesome experience, and can't wait for it this year. Cool. Just a few more questions, and we're going to crash the table if that's good with you, Mark. Awesome. So I guess I'll just skip to this guy over here. For you, what do you love about being a publisher?
So way back in college, there was an opportunity to become a hall president. I vacillated a little bit, but eventually applied and got the position. And that was probably the first time in my life that I actually learned how to manage projects. They told me to make things happen, and I did.
Yep.
And one of the biggest projects that I orchestrated was a charitable art auction. I got art donated by the art school, and I also found artists in the greater Chicago area, got them to donate, and raised a bunch of money for charity.
Awesome.
Began my desire to organize projects. I really get a kick out of it. In my actual career as an insurance person, when I was doing that, I was organizing projects there too. I was managing accounts for individuals and I was managing business accounts. And so, I mean, I really think that's where I get my kicks, is in bringing the pieces of the puzzle together, in being the general contractor, and then watching the thing come to life.
Awesome.
You know, organizing the designer, the graphic designer, the artist, the manufacturer, and so on and so forth. And then, you know, pushing the final product out the door.
Right. And then the challenging part of that, the frustrating part for me at least, would be the back end, the business end of it. That would wear on me.
It's okay. I mean, there's definitely a lot of paperwork. I'm really, really lucky. My wife is fantastic. I have to give her huge kudos. She's actually managing a lot of the backer data to help with the Endeavor fulfillment.
That's great.
You know, my wife handles some of that too. So, gets done. It's definitely not the fun part. And and earlier, you know, I referred to the exhausting convention days, but truth of the matter is, I'm a salesman. I sold insurance for 20 years. Yeah. There is nothing more gratifying. 30 seconds to 20 minutes teaching someone a game, watching them light up, and then they take it home. I mean, that's the best.
Yeah. There's multiple rewards in that. You know, not only that you made a sale, but also that the product you're selling is something you strongly believe in, and something that you feel is going to enrich someone else's life. It's not like you're selling that's like you're selling like some kind of replacement plan or something, or you know.
Well, let's be honest, nobody wants to buy insurance. They just have to.
That's true.
Game wants to buy a game. You're literally selling pleasure.
Right. You
know, and that's the best.
That's awesome. So let's go ahead and crash the table to see who's joining us this evening at the table. So we have with us at the table Chris W., Chris C., and Gil M. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
W, Chris C., and Gil M.
It's like
is it weird
because people to you?
You're just like names.
We have
you're like numbers.
We have a Carly, Sue, and Mo.
Which one?
Guys,
which one are you, Gil? Are you Curly?
Yes, he's Curly. So in a little bit outside of traditional fashion, Marc is going to be the judge here. He's gonna be watching over us and telling us if he'll be hitting like the red button, going if we do something wrong. So it's really just going to be the Geek Spiel folks playing tonight. I don't know. I think there might be a hint of fear that Marc thought we were going to beat him, so he like backed up a little bit on this one. But yeah, so it's going to be the Geek Spiel guys playing tonight, and then Marc's going to be here to sort of police us. And I'll also give it to Marc to sort of walk us through the intro to the game. So, Marc, if you want to take it away.
Okay, yeah, sure. Not a problem. So basically what you see there in front of you is you have your 4-player boards, and you have the main board in the middle. I don't know how closely we can zoom in on like a player board.
Sure, but, I could go right there.
Or first. So obviously in the top left corner of the player board, you see your dice, and every round, everyone is going to simultaneously roll their dice and then put them out in numerical order. And you don't have to do that. I just recommend it because the pips on your dice are public information. Interact is so important that it just makes everyone's life easier if everyone gets to see what everyone has to work with.
Okay.
You see you're going to start the game with 3 energy cubes and then 3 minerals. And the spaces to the left that say 5x, you're really not going to use those until the end of the game. Those are going to be for scoring. So you can always sort of make change if you want to, but it's not really necessary in my opinion. But at the end of the game, and we'll go into scoring later, you can store 1 energy for every 5 you have and store 1 mineral for every 5 you have. Immediately to the right of the yellow energy cubes are your tools. Everyone starts with 1 tool. Just to manipulate your dice. You can manipulate your dice up or down a pip for every tool that you spend. So if you have 5 tools, you could literally turn a 1 into a 6 or a 6 back into a 1. But you can never go lower than 1 or higher than a 6, but using the tools. You don't ever flip the dice.
Right.
Where you're going to store your expedition badges. And then again to the right again, you see the shelters. Colonists go when they are not in a building. because that's sort of like a midpoint for them. Shelters at the end of the round are going to cost you energy. That's what that little globe with the energy symbol means right below it.
This right here. Got it.
Right there. And then below that, you have the ability to send colonists on expeditions. Now, I'm kind of jumping ahead a tiny bit just because this is what we're focusing on right now.
Okay.
Send a brown pioneer on an expedition. That strengthens your die. And when you do that, you actually can turn a 6 into an 8. If you send a blue engineer, it allows you to come back and with resources. 2 mineral, 2 energy, or 1 of each. Onto an expedition, it actually allows you to force someone else's value die down.
Okay.
Lastly, the wording is not the best on this, but if you send a purple steward onto an expedition with a 1 or 2, the first die on that expedition, and the expedition is successful, you'll actually get an additional point to come back with. And I know none of that makes sense. It doesn't have context just yet, but it'll come clear when we explain the board.
Sure. Do you want to move over to that board?
No. Don't. Just a little bit more on the player board. So to the far right, you see the 2 panels for your undersea buildings on the bottom, on land buildings to the top, or on ice buildings to the top.
Oh, okay.
And then at the bottom, we actually have the 2 different end of round and end of game. You're going to be able to do 1 colonist move swap between buildings.
Okay.
Distinguish that's between buildings, because colonists in shelters can always go to a building free of charge. Then your fully staffed buildings are going to activate, and we'll talk about what that means when we look at buildings. Are still in your shelter are going to cost you 1 energy to upkeep them, and then we're going to refresh the board in a clockwise fashion, starting with the expeditions, then going around the board. You're going to score for a little bit of everything. You're going to score for the stored energy and minerals, like we talked about. Buildings are going to generate points. That's what that little upside down orange and black triangle is. Just having buildings, fully staffed or not, is going to generate points. Different color colonist sets, you're going to get 3 points. All leftover colonists of any color are going to be worth 1 point. Expeditions will earn points based on that chart that you see there in the that's next to the tools, and then most tools will also earn you 2 additional points.
Okay.
Information at you. It'll all come clear, I promise. If you want to zoom out,
we'll pick it up
on the player board. Or not the player board, the main game board. Why don't we dig into that?
Yep.
Okay. What you see here is the surface of Europa, or I should say the surface and the subsurface. When you resolve the board at the end of the round, you're going to go clockwise from the A all the way to the G. Actually, really what I should say is the 1 to the 6. And then an event marker around near the top of the board, a little pink peg, I think.
Oh, yeah. This guy, that's the event marker there.
I'll go on to the letter to indicate the event that takes place.
Got it.
So, okay, let's go ahead and actually sort of set up the board, and we'll explain as we go.
Sure.
For a 4-player game, if you will flip over 3 of those expedition cards.
Okay.
Those are
shuffle first. Yeah.
Shuffle first.
And then 3 of them, the number of players -1, right?
Players -1, exactly.
There you go. Sorry. Thank you for that.
No, you're fine.
So these are, there we go.
And those are expeditions. And if you can zoom in a little bit for me.
Sure.
Right,
here I can actually.
That's perfect, actually. So what you see in the top right is you see a threshold. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go on expeditions together, your own. And at the end of the round, in order for an expedition to be successful, the number of pips on the dice needs to meet or beat number. So basically, if you put a 5 and a 3 on the Nautilus Rescue, you would meet the threshold of 8 and the expedition would be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Placed the higher pipped die is going to get first choice of reward. And what you see on that card is that there is a reward of a colonist or 3 minerals. On What's Yours is Ours has rewards of 2 colonists or 3 tools. And then the Heat Rises expedition has a reward of 1 colonist or 3 energy. Lower pip on the die is going to get first choice. Lower pip's going to get second choice, and you get to take that back to your player board. You're going to clear away. You also get expedition badges, which are probably located on or around the board somewhere. So if you are on a successful expedition, you get to take an expedition badge and into the game. Yep, those little those badge type things with the globe on it are the expedition badges.
Okay.
So what you also want to do right now, somewhere around the board, there should be a colonist cubes. If we want to seed the expedition cards with those colonist cubes.
Okay, and this is random, right?
So you're going to randomly draw 1 for the Nautilus Rescue, and then 2 for the What's Yours is Ours. Additional for that final one.
Okay, so one for there.
Right on the card.
Yep.
Right there, perfect. Second one. So you got a red marine. Oh, it turned brown. There we are, red and a brown.
Yep.
For the final expedition. Beautiful, blue engineer. If we want to shift towards the bottom of the board, for relation purposes, you're going to see the vents, which generate energy.
Right here.
Yeah. So section 2 is the vents, which generate energy, which generates minerals. And if you want to take those 3 black dice at the bottom of the board and roll them simultaneously, that'll tell us how many energy are available this round.
Blue, go ahead and take the honors of that. There you go. Oh, yuck.
So go ahead and put 7 yellow cubes onto that energy space.
Is it, 7. You got it, yeah. And
then if someone wants to roll for the...
yeah, they did. So that's going to be 9,
you
12.
can roll for the other one as well, for the mineral as well, right?
They just did. Right here, 12 for the mineral.
Okay, so you're going ahead and seeding those spaces. Let's talk about how those spaces actually work.
Okay.
The expeditions where you're sort of working together to overcome the threshold. Here, you're going to put dice down, and pips are going to equal how many you can take. There's 7 energy. So if I were to put down a die with 4 pips on it, that's me saying I'm going to claim 4 energy.
Mm-hmm.
Just a majority of what's there. But one of you guys can come in and say place a 3 or a 2 there. Some called dice displacement, meaning that lower dice actually supersede higher dice.
Oh.
So if you were to go ahead and put a 3 down, 4 slide over, meaning that you're going to collect your 3 first. I'm going to get my 4. And then if yet another person comes in and puts down a 2, that 2 is going to go in front of the 3. The 4 over. Around, 2 will get his 2. 3 will get his 3, but 4 is only going to collect 2. If you ever get completely exposed, meaning that you actually don't get you've allocated, you actually get to move up on that relief track, which is the track with the little tiny shuttle at the center. There you go, right there. Yep, absolutely.
Right here.
The way that energy and minerals work. All right. If we want to go to the left side of the board, we can go to the gantry, which supplies us with buildings.
This is 0, or sorry, letter D, right?
Thank you. Or actually, more appropriately, it's number 4, because D is representative of the event.
Okay, got it. So number 4 is the location as the gantry. Got it.
Okay, so you see that there's 2 types of buildings. The undersea buildings are for rounds 1, 2, and 3, and the over ice buildings are for rounds 4, 5, and 6. In a 3-player game, you can actually go ahead and you can flip over 3 buildings, stack, and those are going to be the buildings that are available to bid on this round. We have 3 different types of buildings, and those buildings are telling you a few different things. First of all, they're telling you what they give you. So the manufactory, when it's fully staffed, 2 tools. The surface conduit, when it is fully staffed, is going to give you a random colonist draw from the bag. It is fully staffed, is going to give you 2 additional move swaps. If you remember back to your player board, you only get 1 move swap every turn, but if you have the shuttle bay, you get 2 move swaps. It's also telling you what kind of colonists are necessary to staff them. So the manufactory needs 2 engineers, needs 2 engineers and a marine, and the shuttle bay needs an engineer. Other buildings, which we don't have to reveal right now, are going to have blank spaces, meaning you can put any type of colonist in there. Some will have red marines, some will have purple stewards. Understand is that those subsurface buildings for rounds 1, 2, and 3, those are your engine. Those are the things that are going to give you stuff every round. When we move to round 4, 5, and 6, those are going to be point generation buildings, and those are only going to fire at the end of the game.
How do you acquire those?
That is perfect. That is exactly what I was going to go into. So what you're doing with the buildings is you are actually bidding on them. So if you were to go ahead and put a die with, say, 3 pips on it, you are actually saying, I am going to pay 3 minerals for that building, because you use minerals to pay for buildings. Actually outbid you. Like, they may say, well, there is no way I'm letting you have that building for 3 minerals. I'm going to go ahead and put a 4 on it.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the round, 3, the yellow, will move to the relief track, and 4 will pay for the building. If you end up in a situation where 4 doesn't plan correctly and can't pay for the building, you would still be able to get the building.
Acquire it.
And move it to their colony.
So, okay, got it. Interesting.
So you pay.
So it doesn't have to be staffed to be in your tableau.
It just has to be earned by paying for it with minerals.
Right, but you don't get to use that extra ability until you staff it.
Yes.
Exactly. Question becomes, how do we staff it? Why don't we move up to section 5? That is called the doorstep.
Okay.
And right now we can seed the doorstep randomly with adding colonists to it at a rate of 1 per player plus 2. Draw from the colonist bag and put 5 cubes there. That would be fantastic.
Is it 5 or 6?
Oh, I apologize. 6, because it's a 4-player game. Sorry. You know what? In that case, my bad. Go back to buildings. We need a 4th building, guys.
Oh, okay.
Somehow I got in my brain that we were 3 players.
Yeah.
I've been quiet. I know I'm not talking as much as Chris W does.
Way of clarification. 3 engineers, and it's going to generate for you 2 energy or 2 minerals.
Okay. And then the door, this seems like a not good starting thing. Well, yeah, definitely not good for what we have in buildings.
You know what? I think what we're seeing here is the buildings that you guys have in the Tabletop Simulator are incorrectly engineer heavy.
Oh.
For the sake of this game, we won't change the shuttle bay, but for the surface conduit and the manufactory and the one to the left that I can't quite see at the moment.
Oh, sorry.
The geotherm deck. Geotherm deck.
Let's pretend that the first space in each of those is actually empty and any colonist can go in there.
Oh. Okay.
So the geotherm deck would still require 2 engineers.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. 2 engineer and anything, including a 3rd engineer, right? So blank means of any worker or staff, right?
Exactly. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I didn't realize we those have been streamlined and refined since
One thing you brushed quick there that I didn't send. So when you said bid and can acquire, that means you can bid on stuff that you don't have the resource for yet.
Again for me?
So you said, like, if the person can pay for it, does that mean that you can actually bid on a building without having the resource to pay for it at that moment?
we settle up the board in clockwise fashion, and you will actually collect your minerals before you pay for your buildings.
Okay.
And then one other quick question I have about this. So if we have dice, like all the dice we have to bid on these is going to take one of those dice away from something we might potentially want to put it someplace else, right? Okay. It's not like got it. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't like a separate dice for this bidding system. That dice would take away from us gathering energy or mineral.
Yep, you have a pool, exactly. You have a pool of 5 dice, and you'll allocate them around the board.
Got it. Okay. Interesting.
X is called the Academy, and that is where you can train one colonist into another colonist. And if you zoom in there, you'll see that you can put with a die onto those spaces, which are both accessible in a 4-player game. And if you put any color colonist with the 5, like you've done, just into a steward. You put it with a 4 or 3, you'll train it into a marine. And if you put it with a 2 or 1, you're going to train it into an engineer. So that is another way to get the type of colonist you need to staff your buildings.
Got it.
Now this pool is limited, right, Mark?
Finite. So if all the engineers get trained out, then they are done.
Then they're gone. And that section, that phase, is it when we place dice, are we placing dice one phase at a time, or is it all at simultaneous?
We're going to place your die one at a time around the board until everyone runs out.
Oh, and so like let's say
clockwise until everybody's done.
If somebody went here first and put a dice there, that takes up that spot. And then there's only 2 spots here basically. So if I'm the first player, I could put a dice there, and then somebody else could take it. So then it leaves out, so nobody can recruit or change their. Okay, got it. Okay, cool.
However, start player is going to change every round.
Okay.
The person who has the least combined resources, who has the least minerals combined, is going to pick the start player.
Ah.
So it'd be nice to me because I'm going to be choosing the start player all the time.
Last thing we need to do by way of setup is flip over one of those pink cards. That's going to be our event. We only need 6 of them. I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure how this is programmed, so they should be shuffled, and then we just need to make sure that there's either only 6 there or that we only go through 6 of them.
Well, I'm seeing. Yeah, there we go. There's 6 now.
There should have been 10 there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've fixed it. There's 6 there. They were shuffled.
All right.
Do is go ahead and flip the first one over and learn what it's going to do. We want to do that at the start of every round, and then we're going to move the pink marker to the corresponding pink letter.
You're going to have to move a little bit off, and then, there you go. You know, that reminds, we play a game called Eschaton at PAX last year, and whoever was teaching the rule didn't read the rules that you have to slim down the pile to 6 cards. It's like 2 hours later, we're like, this game never ends.
So I'm going to zoom in this so Mark can see it. Give me one moment. Go ahead, Mark.
I really happen to know what that one is. So that is the mining ship, and you're going to take the pink marker and put it on G. It's going to happen as the last thing in the round. Every player, as you know, now I'm just reading to you, can pay 2 minerals to gain 1 victory point up to 3 times.
Per player,
so,
right?
Per player, right. And so you start with 3 minerals. There's 12 that came out randomly by the die roll. And so, it's just an opportunity to earn points. This happens to be a good event. I will tell you that most of the events are
not horrible.
So now pretty much what everyone can do is roll their dice and line them up on their player boards.
So just to get a grasp of how important that card is, what is the average point at the end of this game?
You know, first of all, I'll say that people do get better at this. You're going to wind up, I would say, a low of 18 and let's say a high of 35.
Okay, so a victory point is a pretty big deal in here. 1 victory point.
So,
Absolutely.
Did anybody else roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
No.
I rolled 2 and 3s.
I rolled 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, that was a
5.
5.
That is a.
Yahtzee.
The odds are high.
Just as a heads up, tabletop sim epicness here, or at least knowledge base. If you want to rotate them to be straight with your camera, just hit the number that's showing when your mouse is over the dice, and it will straighten it out for you. Yeah, like
we didn't actually pick a start player. Is there a way to randomly pick a start player in this?
Is there?
There is in TTS. I just am not sure how to do it.
Yeah, just here, roll this great thing right
I
here.
just opened Schwazi here, put my finger, and my color came up.
Here, we can roll this dice over here, this black dice.
Right. Let's roll 2 dice.
Oh.
I can turn turns on if we want to do that.
8.
9.
9? Okay, me. Hey! 3. And that's not my roll. Somebody else grabbed my die.
11.
Why did you grab my die? Now I'm rolling again.
I'll roll. Nope.
It would be fun if I did, right?
You got the 12.
That would have been funny.
Blue?
I think I did.
Okay.
He cheated. He grabbed my die. He started cheating already. Never touch a man's
it's
dice.
Chris Walters that cheats. No, not Chris Cornell.
I have not done any cheating yet. There's no protest of my potential win.
If Chris Carnage win, I'm gonna put a star on the thing there.
All right. So does that mean I'm first player or?
Yeah, and it goes
Yes.
clockwise. So then Will, Gil, and myself.
Yeah.
All right. So
we are doing
Place a dice, Chris.
place a dice.
one.
Place a die.
Can I do?
No, that doesn't have to go there yet. Go.
Can I do this?
Well, what are you
and then put
doing?
My one there,
Yeah, you can.
and
Look at
then
him,
that will
one of
turn
those
that guy
engineers.
into an engineer. And that doesn't resolve until the end of the round, right?
Sit there and occupy the spot until the end of the round.
Real quick question: energy and the minerals. Do they? What are they going to do for later in the?
Energy is going to upkeep. Energy is going to upkeep your colonists. Thanks for asking that.
Yep.
So in order to recruit a colonist from the doorstep, energy, they come in cold and hungry.
Okay.
If a colonist is in your shelters at the end of the round, you will have to pay 1 energy in order to keep them warm. Okay? There is an exception to this rule, but I'm just going to lay out the rule and we'll deal with the exception if it comes up.
Okay.
When you send a colonist on an expedition, it also costs an energy to upkeep them in order to send them on the expedition. Uses for energy.
Okay. The mineral is to acquire buildings. You need to pay minerals. Or no?
Yeah, that's the function of mineral.
That's
100%.
that's right. That's the amount that's on the pips on the dice is how many you have to pay for. Got it. And then I think I was looking at one other thing here, and I'll look at it again. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this. Prioritize here. And that was my question. If I put a 3 here, and someone else puts a 3 there, let's say 3 players put 3s there.
The first player to put a 3 will maintain priority. So,
Okay,
You only shift with the lower number.
got it.
Good question.
So I'll put it there.
Turn. You're recruiting a colonist.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
You had one job, Chris. One job.
It's for some reason TTS has been doing this for me right
His
now.
nerves are shot right now. It's turn 1 and his nerves are shot.
The colonist is it's 2 energy, right? When you recruit them, is that what?
Yes, you need 2 energy to
But
recruit.
not from these cards, right?
No.
Correct, not from the cards.
Now, question on that, placed a 6 on that, and it needs an 8 to get it. Is that accurate? So he has to put more cubes there, or
Somebody
more
else
die there?
has to put. Somebody else has to put another cube.
Or greater. Yep.
If you fail, then we could talk about that if that happens. But basically,
Quit
you
touching
go
my
over
dice.
to that. I forget the term there for that thing.
Track. No. So if an expedition simply fails, you will not go to the relief track.
Oh no.
If somebody outbids you, then you'll go to the relief track. I think I'm remembering that correctly.
Okay. Okay. Who is it? Blue again?
Just so you know, you're supposed to put your die next to the card, not on top of the card, Chris.
I want it on there.
And then when you, if you successfully these guys that are on these cards, you get them automatically. If you, how do the guys work on there? The little.
So there's 2 rewards. The person who places the higher die on a card will get first choice. The person with the lower die will get second choice.
Okay.
If someone were to place another 6 on that card, then it is the first 6 that's going to get the first choice.
Well, what I'm asking is, I know there's. Oh, okay. I see now. I'm sorry. I just noticed that they were down there.
Yeah, that little purple cube is for that guy there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. So blue did that one. What is that victory? 8 to get that one. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What do you guys have over there? Of course he has a 6. Of course
Have all
he
the
has a 6.
6s.
Of course he has a 6. Oh.
665, baby. 665.
Going to the 9. Going to the 9 that he has.
He's like
5.
moving his dice all
I know.
there.
Go on
There.
the center one that
It's
is
going. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of lag for some reason, but okay.
We're apparently putting them over here, so.
Oh, underneath. Sorry.
All right, so I will get a 2 and see how nice Chris is. Let's see how I'm gonna play this game going forward after this round.
I can tell you right now, against Chris.
Well, he's probably
Now,
more advantageous for him to get stuff everywhere than just in one place.
Am I allowed to place another die on an expedition sent to increase to get it to win, to actually go, or?
So let me explain something now. With respect to the fact that third expedition is technically complete, else wanted to put a die higher than a 2 on there is going to get kicked out to the relief track. Likewise, you could put die on expeditions to complete them yourself. Completed, somebody else could sneak a die in and just jump on with you. Other than that, I'm going to stick my 1 here now.
So but if I placed a 5 and a 6, or a 5 and a 5, and someone could sneak in and put a 6 on my expedition to take something away from me, right?
They could put a 1 there, and they're going to get part of the prize because you're contributing 10, and they're contributing 6 in your instance or my instance.
You get that? Your die will add it to whatever die is there, and you get it.
Well, right, but so in this example, the green and the yellow that's on the completed one. If somebody put a higher number than 2, does that spit the 2 off of that expedition?
Round 2 will move up on the relief track and not claim a reward.
Okay, the lower number.
We already have 8. Is more advantageous to put on top of the 6, like a 1 on top of the 6.
Right.
We already got 8, so why would you pick the smaller number?
Because it's the difference between getting a one of the rewards versus being on the relief track.
You're going to be
exceed that number. Would you get to kick a dice?
off the lower one.
Like no one's kicking this 6 because it was the first 6 placed.
I could place a 7.
You could.
Oh, you can't.
Or 8 or whatever, because isn't there a way to make a power up a die?
Yeah.
Well,
actually, that is true, but you're still going to kick the lower die out because they're contributing less to the expedition.
That's true.
Right. I love how it's already like how do we get Chris off this expedition?
Not me. I was budding with him.
Right, Gil just wants to be my friend.
All right, so whose turn is it now?
It's mine.
that whole sentence there just didn't sound right.
It just tasted dirty coming out of your mouth, didn't it, Gil?
Yeah, it comes like something was wrong with that.
Who was it? Is it?
It's my turn. I was letting you all go through your explanations of random stuff. Oh gosh,
salt. I can already. Hold on, Chris. I can always taste the salt on your corner of the table.
Can you? Where's the salt? Give me a salt icon.
Do you thought that his beard was red naturally? It's just all the burning from the salt on his beard.
The anger, the hostility.
Right.
Here's some salt for you on Twitch.
No,
I know.
I'm not going to get this game in tonight.
No, this game will not end tonight.
Go ahead, Chris C.
I just went. Sorry.
All right. Let's see here. I guess it would help if I really knew what I was doing. That's for sure. I think I'm gonna go after some resources here. I'm gonna place a 3 there. This is.
All right, good deal.
And
you know what? I apologize. You just hovered over that exclamation point, and I realized I totally forgot to explain the exclamation point space in the middle of the board.
The tools?
Yep, the tools. So essentially, everything settles at the end of the round except for that space. If you place a 1, 2, 3, or 4 there, you're going to get to collect a tool for use immediately. A 5 or 6 will get you 2 tools. So if you really need to manipulate your dice, you can actually do so in the middle of the round.
Right. And the tool that's on my player board that I start with, that's available for use right now, correct?
I think he said yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think if you acquire like any worker during the round, you immediately place on a space as well, right? If it's acquired,
you're gonna get the workers at the end of the round, and you can immediately put them into buildings if there's a place to put them.
So the question is, go ahead, Mark. Okay. The question was that do they manipulate things that are already in place or ones that you're actively placing? And I guess the other question is, I did see in the rules that you can actually use them against players. Like you can reduce players' dice with them as well with the tool, correct?
Tool cannot manipulate another player's dice, only your own.
Only your own.
When you send a Marine on an expedition with your die, that can affect another player's die.
Got it. So, what is that one at? That's at 8. And he put I'll do the. Oh wow, this is kind of tough. I know I've probably just over to this one. This was a 4. I don't know why I changed it.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right.
Review the tape.
And
just
yeah, and that's going to go there. Go ahead. Next.
Just to move one more space.
Yep.
Don't move me.
I was just moving everybody at the same time. All right.
You were at 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
now
I guess
I-
I still
Sorry,
don't
go ahead,
understand
Chris.
what that does, like moving them along.
Well, because so now the first two.
I get first.
Right. He gets first. You get second. Then if there's any left over, I get what's left over right now.
If I were to place Mark a 2 or a 3, would that still shift? The higher dice
yes.
over.
Yeah. So if you put a 3, your 3 would fall here. If you put a 2, your 2 would fall here and push me down.
Okay.
What is it you take? However, so like since he's got 2 pips there, he takes 2, and then of whatever's left, I take 3, and then whatever's left, Will takes 4, right? Or whatever you can take.
Right. So there's I forget what was 13 there. Is that how it rolled in the beginning? 12.
12 actually.
There was a 12, yeah.
Yeah. So right now we would all
be okay.
Yeah, we'd all pay out from it.
All right. So we're waiting on Chris.
Yep, I'm going to use my tool to shift this 2 to a 3.
There you go.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
He still gets all of his. Yeah, I was to say we all get.
I know.
Out on that. All right.
More in there and not so much.
Yeah, so far.
There's a lot of 2s and other numbers floating around here.
I think I'm gonna go here and do that.
Oh, back to me. Sorry. I guess I'll do that. And I am going to use my tool to make that a 6.
All right. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to use my 2 to make that a 4.
Or gravity.
Or gravity. Yeah.
Or gravity makes it a 2.
Right. Okay. I am going.
I'm curious. Can you see how many people are watching right now? Or
I don't have the counter up right this moment.
It's 5. It doesn't count some of our mods, and it's weird.
Well, I'm actually just in there for chat. I'm not actually a viewer, so it's not counting me for sure.
Okay. I am going to.
Most people will watch this afterwards.
cool.
Because it's like, yeah. And then there's also a lot of our viewers are European that play games with us during the week. So for them, it's middle of the night, and they're, well,
Sure, yeah.
morning, almost.
Minus Happy Fun, minus Will, there's actually 8 people watching. There are 8 users in chat. See, I'm looking at the moderators and then plus Will, so there's 4 moderators, and then there's like 8 additional users in chat right now, according to the user list.
Did you? Cool, whose place is happening? Who's placing right now?
It's now Chris's.
Blue.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
It just happened. Sorry. You're fine.
All right, and so considering that I have no clue what I'm doing here.
Once that's placed, could that be trumped out? The dice that's up there with like a 2? No.
Nope. Don't even think about it.
I'm just asking. That's
no.
Come on, huh?
Can't ask that kind of thing.
You can questions.
It's a valid question. We'll play it, Will.
Questions.
Now I don't knock his die over because I placed a 2. It just goes in at the same right after his, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's perfect. Same. It's for order of arrival.
Perfect.
I guess. Yeah.
Wow, there's no engineer on the board. Just
Hey, Hey,
Oi. Oi.
can you not like place die in squares?
I can't. I'm having trouble.
Let me
I'm having
help
trouble
you.
with
He's having
Let me
all
help you
kinds
out
of
there.
Just leave it like
Yes.
that.
that. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Leave it.
Interesting.
Oh.
Gravity.
That 2 transforms to 4.
You guys suck.
All right, that's it. Moving
Well,
on.
it's-
to-
I'm not gonna get any die now. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
get any
he's-
cubes. No cubes.
Yep, he's going for that to pick up 3 peoples.
Well, I had no option. I got choose in 3s on this round. That's
Chris did.
Actually, am I going to do that? So my question, Mark, really quick, is the people I recruit here, do they get automatically placed in a building, or do they go to the shelters?
From a thematic standpoint, you could say in your head, they stop at the shelter, but because there's a free space in the building, they go right there. From a
Okay.
mechanical standpoint, you can just put them right in the building.
Okay,
Because they don't-
but since I don't have a building yet, they would go to my shelter.
And then at the end of the round,
exactly.
Okay, and you get 1 movement at the end of a round, correct?
one movement between your buildings at the end of a round, yes.
Okay, so but I can't move multiple over. That's the advantage of this card. I'm only able to do 1, correct?
Chris, the
No,
slave
okay.
driver. He's like, all right, let me save you from the cold and
I need all of you to move over.
starving this. Get to
Always
work.
move. You can always move from shelters to buildings. There's no restriction on that.
Okay.
There's only a restriction.
Okay,
on,
so if I have 3 slots and 3 people in my shelters, I can move all 3 of them over at the end of the round.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't worry. Your elite strat is
And
working.
You only pay 1. No matter how many you move, you only pay 1 energy for it.
Okay, for the total move.
no, when you're moving from shelters to buildings, you do not pay any energy
Oh,
for that.
it's just between building. When did you pay then?
To expedition.
Pay when they're stuck, and you also pay when they're in your shelter at the end of the round,
Yeah.
because the shelters are not as sturdy.
You need to
Alright.
maintain the shelter.
So are we now going into phases?
Yes, so now we're going to go and start resolution. So if you want to sort of zoom in on the expeditions, or get a little bit closer. Expedition, blue. Nope, not that. That's the event.
Oh,
These
sorry. Yeah, these.
Oh, gotcha.
The first one is.
This one.
Yeah, blue has first choice, right?
Right. So blue can either take the purple colonist, or they could take 3 minerals, and they take them from the pot, not from the board. The board.
Oh, wait. So they don't take them from
They take them through the
the pot.
Yeah.
And then they take them. Okay, got it.
Come from the
So
supply.
blue took. What did you take, blue?
Took
I
the
took the
purple
purple
colonist.
colonist, and he
Okay.
goes into my shelter.
Yes.
He goes into your shelter because you
Do
don't
I
have
have
a
to
building.
pay for him?
Not yet.
And I get.
And then
3, I
yellow.
got 3 minerals.
Yellow's going to take 3 minerals.
And as things resolve, do we take our dice
Board.
back? Yeah.
Everyone also has to remember to grab an expedition token and put them in your expedition space.
Oh, like so because I
Shield,
did.
yeah.
Okay.
And that's for each completed one, right? Okay.
But I'm sorry, I didn't hear. You mentioned that like whenever you bring someone into from the cold, that you have to feed them with
That's
energy.
from the doorstep. If you earn them from an expedition, you do not have to
Right.
upkeep them.
That's
They're
from-
free peoples.
So this is the doorstep here up top
Yes.
under
Yeah,
5,
We
right?
all gonna have to
Okay.
pay for our workers.
For each one
Okay.
you pull in, you have to pay 2.
2.
When you recruit from the doorstep, you will pay 2 energy for every one you take.
So now I have both on this, so I get both rewards.
swords, and you get 1 expedition token.
Only 1 expedition token, though. Got it.
Eh,
So these
Doesn't-
guys.
doesn't pay to assist yourself, huh?
I mean, that's it, but that's 3 tools and 2 people. So,
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's a decent
That's a
payout.
lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
If Will hadn't changed it to a 6, I probably would have taken that.
Yep.
Gil, I'm going to go ahead and take the engineer. So feel free to.
Yeah, what a I had no doubt of that. That's why I didn't put one more die on the energy there, because I was figure I'm gonna get that energy.
Mhm.
Sorry. Really weird lag issues there in game.
Okay, so now phase 2, correct?
Mm-hmm. Good evening to all watching. If you guys have questions for any of us or for Mark, please throw them up in chat and we will ask those questions away. The game is Artemis Project. It's currently on Kickstarter. Please check it out.
By the way, I love the name Darth Molly. That's
Yeah.
funny. I like
Darth Molly is awesome person as well.
All right, so now you guys can go ahead and settle up the energy. So red is going to take 2, and then yellow is going to take 2, and then red, and then blue until it runs out.
Okay.
Which means I don't get any.
So well, hold on, everybody,
wait.
hold down a second before you take anything.
Yeah, there's 3 needs to come back. I took 3 from the wrong place.
Yeah, so I have to take 2.
I need.
And
There should have been 7 there to begin with.
I got my 2. I got my 2.
Sorry, this thing is delayed. 1, 2. Then you took your 2. Then I take another 3.
Yes.
What did I feel like we're.
But that dice, that 4 that you had there, does he get to go to a reserve track with that one?
Yes. So blue, after red takes 2 and yellow takes 2 and red takes 3, I back and move their blue circle up on the relief track and take 2 tools.
Oh, that's not bad. Hey.
I can't help that.
So he gets a 2 for going on the relief track. Oh, that's not that's good stuff.
Gil, where are you grabbing all of these things from?
Those are from my card. You guys are talking. I grabbed my 2 from here, and then for my card, I had 2 from the card that I had.
Okay, I was trying to count. We were missing.
You should have 10 in there. I took my 2.
Yes, we do. Okay.
It's just that you guys are chatting. I'm playing the game.
I mean, I get that. And let's make sure we're not confusing the world here. All right, Chris, you took your 3?
I took my 3. Yep.
I'm
I'll take my die.
My 3.
Wow, it leaves me with exactly 4.
Hey, why don't you guys take your die from this? From
Somebody drop
section 2 here.
Is that yours?
Oh, it's
Chris?
probably mine. Yeah. Thank you.
As only if you get nothing. As long as you collect something, you do not get to go on the relief track.
No. That would have been. I've been a sad panda if that happened.
All right. So now we
But
do.
you can totally ding someone by allowing them to take 1 and not go to the relief track.
So, what happens when you get to the end of the relief track? You get a victory point, I see, but like.
I didn't explain this yet. I didn't explain this yet because we hadn't gotten there. But you can always collect on the relief track where you're at or behind it. So if you were all the way up at the point where you were getting a 1 and you decided you needed minerals, you could collect 2 minerals instead.
Gotcha.
That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you broke up. But the likelihood of success, I think, is pretty darn slim.
Yeah. So the question was for everyone, in case they're able to hear, could you play the relief track by playing dice you know you're not going to be able to collect on? And one of the things with that is even if you can collect one item of those, you don't go up on the relief track.
Well, but that last round, I had a 6, right? So I knew where you all were going to go. I knew that wasn't going to land. I could have.
Yeah, you could have definitely done something that.
Okay.
So purposefully, you could have. Yes.
We're on phase 4. I'm going to spend my 5 because that's what I bid.
Yeah, you're Kilroying over there.
Shifted.
Yeah, that's the
Not bad.
problem of not playing. When you're not playing, you're just watching. Yeah.
That's okay.
And these are below, right? Currently.
Question.
Oh my gosh, the lag on this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not sure what's going on today.
It's weird. It's super weird. Okay. Oh, see?
Yeah, same thing happened to me. Everything happened to me.
Okay.
All right.
So
Now you
stage
can
5.
go ahead and collect your colonists. So yellow can pick one colonist and bring them to third.
And I
But they do have to pay 2 energy. Right?
energy.
Energy for that colonist.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2.
Yeah, it's not like you don't have any energy to spare, Gil.
Yeah, I'd rather have workers to spare. 'Cause I gotta have
Alright.
to pay for them again if I don't move them to a place.
So
Oh,
then I
shoot,
can
Chris.
grab mine, right?
Chris, you're only going to be able to collect
Yellow
one
can take their
colonist,
die
aren't you?
back, and blue can pick their colonist as well.
Yeah, I'm only going to be able to collect one colonist.
Even though you put in a 6, you can only
Yeah.
collect one.
Yeah. But that's fine. That's what I planned for.
I meant to do that.
Sorry, that seemed really conceited, but
No, it's okay.
I meant to do that.
That's what I'm planned for.
Yeah, I meant to do that.
Now-
all
All
right.
right, yellow can take your die back off of the doorstep. You don't need it there anymore.
Out of curiosity, if what does that mean? Like you can take 1 or 3 colonists? Is that like 1,
Up to 3.
2, or
1,
3?
2,
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could have
And-
taken 3 of the 4 remaining if I had the
If
energy.
you had, gotcha. Got to have the energy to feed them.
Right.
Unlimited
You can simultaneously train your brown workers into your brown pioneers into blue engineers. Dudes
Yes.
are pretty much just out of the game.
Well, so far, what's cool about it is like a lot of the engine building that I'm seeing happening is awesome. And the funny thing is, most of the times when you're playing an engine builder, a resource management game, you're either doing it in a co-op way against some kind of universal enemy, but we're doing it against each other. We're building an
Okay.
engine and the grand strategy against each other at this point.
The universal
so-
enemy being Chris W, right?
Right.
It's all about the corporation investment. We may not be working now for the same corporation, man.
Now, my
Before we
question
do anything else? Oh, go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah.
is, I was going to say, do we do the event now?
So in player turn order, you can trade in up to 2 minerals for 1 point up to 3 times.
I think I'm
So
gonna
who's
do
first
it.
player again?
What does mineral
Me.
do to you during the game again?
Buy buildings.
Buildings.
Yeah,
So Chris-
I'm gonna trade in 2 and get 1 victory point.
Cool.
How do I get a victory point?
Your point track.
Move your
Yep.
track.
That guy. Okay,
That track that
I
shows
didn't.
points there.
Yep, that one.
Will, are you
Alright.
going to do all 3?
I'm doing all 3.
Wow. Gil, are you doing 2?
I'm doing 2.
And I do not have enough for that. So
Actually,
that's-
how many? So that's 6 card, and that's the only card. So those cards don't repeat, right?
They do not.
Event cards will not repeat, correct.
All right, so I will do 3 too.
okay.
That's too much. That's for a game
Yeah.
that people do 18 to 20 points. 3
Mhm.
points is a lot.
So that's really interesting because you think that with this game that a high die roll is great for you, but I needed the minerals, but I only had a 5 and 6 left, so I had to pay out a 5 for this, which didn't let me join in on.
I think the fun thing is it's good on both ends because you need high rolls to get the buildings like you got there, but
Right.
you need lower ones to get so you don't get screwed
It's a
by
push your
lower
luck.
height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's like I could have put the 2 down there, but most of you could have outbid that, all
But
those things.
see, the building is double edged as well, because whatever you put on that card is what you're paying for that building.
Right. And which
is
like I said, that 5 was
right, a lot,
Yeah.
and you're the one that put a dice on it. You know what I mean?
Right. So, but again, to be able to get the minerals I needed to do
All
it.
right. So let's go and roll for the energy.
Mm.
Do that.
Oh, that's right. We do that again, don't we? Production.
First, you actually want to assign
when
who's
do
going to
we
be first.
pay for
player.
Okay, hold on. Let Mark
Yeah.
explain our sequence here.
Yep. Okay. So actually, now we got to do upkeep, and so the
Okay.
first part of upkeep is one colonist move swap between buildings. Only one of you has a building. That's a non-issue. Buildings would generate resources.
So I can move all of these, correct?
You can.
Exactly.
Okay. And so then my finished building would generate resources.
So you can get 2 energy or 2 minerals.
Nice.
I think I'm going to pick up the energies. This actually no. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay.
And go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
You need to pay for any colonists that are in your shelters still. 1 energy per colonist that's there.
That really sucks.
What?
Oh.
What happens if you can pay?
Then they get spaced and they're gone and they're out of
I did all that work just for them
So
to
that
die?
hurt because Chris got kicked out of the energy space.
All the work to give fun and entertainment to the rest of your fellow players. Think like that.
No.
And are they out? Are they out of the game, Mark?
Until the bag gets empty.
Well, but the problem is that they came from here,
No,
didn't
they
they?
didn't. Nope.
Oh, okay,
No.
they did not. Okay, got it. Oh. He had like Guardians of the Galaxy out there, like.
Yeah.
Or Galactica.
Yeah, me too.
Sure,
I was
yeah.
thinking spacing. Oh, there's another one. There's another one with the guys that are bounty hunters. They space people all the time too.
Chris, the disappointment I just saw on your camera.
It was so terrible.
Complete facepalm.
All right.
It was. Yeah.
Has
no
everyone
doubt.
either paid for them or gotten rid of them?
Yes.
Yes,
That's
yes.
brutal. I hate this mechanic right now.
Well, you get to pick the first player now.
Yeah, because I have 1 resource and 1 worker.
As
Or
the
one person.
least combined energy and minerals is going to pick the first
right?
player.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Okay. Well, we need to refresh the game board.
Yeah, we can refresh the game board. That's fine. But you actually
So-
pick the first player before you roll. So
Oh, okay. So I got it, because you don't want to. You can't know what's out there. I got it. So
Yeah,
it's too much AP if you start looking at everybody's roll and
Yeah.
being like,
That's perfect.
So yeah,
I'm gonna be that first player.
Well, you
Okay.
technically get to see what comes out here first.
Do I? Okay. Sulphur
Far-
City.
the far right one has a colonist randomly drawn from the bag,
got it.
tile randomly drawn from the top of the stack.
And a
What kind of
what?
card? Building, and that's got it.
Yeah,
There you go.
go ahead
The
and
other-
drag one of the 1, 2, 3 buildings over to the
Ooh.
expedition.
The other side.
Beautiful.
That's for the other side, isn't it?
That was a 1, 2, 3 building.
Yeah, that was the one through building.
That goes on the other side.
After we're done setting up, remind me to re-explain expedition control.
No, Gil, it doesn't. It goes with this card, Gil.
Mm.
And then we do have to. Do we have to draw another building? Do we have to refresh the buildings over here?
Well, hold on.
Let's do it in order so that we don't get confused.
Sorry. Okay.
Go ahead and draw.
So
Did we draw the random colonist for that expedition card yet?
Yes,
We
it's
did.
right here.
Brown.
All right, and then the other ones are set. Okay, so now roll the 3 black dice to see how many energy.
Is it 4 because
And
of
then roll
the number of players?
-1.
-1, so it's 3 dials.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Apologize.
3 dials.
So energy is going to be 8,
10.
11.
11.
And then
No.
Well, we need to zoom in.
While
Some of us are moving our pieces around.
We were taking turns counting it. One of us said one said 8.
Is loading up
Somebody
the
started saying
energy.
9.
Someone's moving that.
And
Somebody can roll for the minerals as well.
14 for the mineral.
An 8.
Oh,
You're a mess.
Fired.
You're doing so
No
well picking
buildings.
up all together.
Clear away. Okay.
Sorry, say that one more time, Mark. You cut out.
The buildings clear away. Is that what you said?
Not clear away. So those 3 buildings are available, and we're going to flip 3 more for a total of 6.
Oh. Oh wait, there's 4 players. Is it 3 or 4 more?
4.
Gil, where are you
Chris,
putting those, buddy?
he said that they don't clear away.
Yeah,
I'm not moving that. That's Gil.
Oh, I saw that.
You're green-handed.
I'm blue.
Oh no, you're blue-handed. Dang.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
You're
Sorry.
blue hands
Sorry for the
with
confusion.
green eye.
Sorry, the confusion, guys.
Every time I'm looking for stuff and I get confused. I say, where's my blue hand moving? Then I realize, oh.
Are we treating all of these, all of the cards that don't have a blank space as having a blank space like we did first turn?
Yes.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay.
That. And now
Mark,
go ahead and bring the colonists into the doorstep. You want to randomly draw 6 colonists from the bag and put them at the doorstep.
Okay.
Mark, what does that expedition control do? Oh,
So expedition control is a slightly different building in the way it behaves. It allows you to send, if the building is fully staffed, you can send colonists on expeditions from expedition control free of charge. So you do not have to pay the energy to send them.
Huh.
But you had okay, so it's like basically if you move 3 guys at the same time here, you only spend 1 energy, and then after that you can just freely move them in. Basically that.
Let me say it. So if I was sending a Marine on an expedition from my shelters, I have to pay an energy to do that.
All right.
If I was in a fully staffed expedition control, I do not have to spend an energy to send him.
Got it.
Oh, so you send it from your shelter, not from the expedition control. Is that what you're saying?
Shelters or expedition control.
Oh, both.
But if you send it from expedition control and the building is fully staffed, energy.
okay.
That actually, before we move forward, I have one last question for Mark. So could you overpopulate a building? Could you put more staff in a building than there are spaces for? Okay, no. All right. Just because the only mechanic where you have to pay for them during that round is if they're in the shelter. So you really want to start getting those buildings out so you don't have to pay extra money for them to be in the shelter.
Unless you're using them to actively go on expeditions, colonists are expensive.
Are we rolling now? Is that what we're doing?
Chris, are you still wanting to go first?
Might as well.
Okay.
To turn over a new event card too.
he's so defeated already.
Well, he had to choose the first player before we repopulated. Anyway.
Before you rolled, Gil.
Oh, okay.
No, you're wrong, Gil.
You also need to do a new event card. I need ship and do a new event card.
How on earth did I roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Again?
again?
There's a bug. Okay, roll one fewer die for both the vents and mines this round.
So we should have rolled 1 less die. Okay. So I don't know if you just roll a die and then remove that number of from each. Yeah,
okay. So we're gonna roll and then remove whatever number.
That more or less will even things up.
That's a 5 that I rolled, but is it a 5th slot or is it an actual 5? Because I didn't actually roll a 5.
I got it.
6.
Oh, okay. I see what you guys are saying now. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely.
Walter's just nerfing the
cannibalized
minerals.
this area. Oh, okay. I was just gonna let it.
Oh, he was doing it for both?
Quit touching my die.
So remove 6 of the energy and go ahead and do the minerals now.
3.
Okay. Wow, the management of all the resources and stuff. Once you get the hang of it, I'm sure it's a lot easier. But like just trying to figure out what everybody else has in front of them, dice wise, and balancing out.
Tabletopia is, you don't have that overview of everything. You have to keep zoom out and zoom in and stuff like. It's like I think on the table, you can
Get a bigger
glance
monitor.
around. Yeah.
Bigger monitor.
Yeah, it's really not that tough when you're playing on a regular table and a regular board.
Right. So Blue, it's you.
Okay. Well, let's. Don't want to convert my engineer to another engineer, so Oh, this is
painful.
Yes. Why not? I'm gonna go here. Why not? Because I'm tired of paying for people or them getting spaced.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. If we're on a planet surface, how are they getting spaced?
That was
they're environmented.
Figurative.
They're environment.
Yeah,
they're the elements.
They're exposed.
Send it outside.
Gil, go ahead. Environmented.
Waiting for the thing.
Gil 0, gravity 17 at this point, ladies and gentlemen. For those keeping score. That's all
right, Chris. Go ahead.
That's a side pot.
Oh, me already? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to shift my computer again, guys. Sorry. I apologize for the noise I'm causing.
It's a lot of energy, but that won't resolve until when did the expositions resolve? Before the first time around the board, or
these are very first. So this
very first.
Resolve first.
So you get those things,
but they come from the pool, not from here. So
correct.
From the little
but the resources are available in your area for subsequent rounds or phases throughout this turn.
You do.
Did you? Okay, it's my turn. I don't like 1 second. I think it seems that the advantage for last player, especially if there's nobody purchased or bid on a building.
Overpaying for all of this stuff right now.
Yes, being a last player does allow you to sneak in and get buildings.
Here's Gil in the future, in the not so distant future project.
Gil's just like, got it. Here's a 6. Have at it. Look, here's another 6. Have at it.
How much does energy cost? Oh, what's your top price for energy? Here we go.
Right now I'm getting 5 energy here.
I want the good energy, not that stuff you have in the back for those.
Yeah, that's your silly energy. I don't want your silly energy.
It is Chris Cornell's.
Go ahead, Chris Cornell.
Yep.
Cornell.
I don't have anything to pay for doorstep, so I'm not gonna go to doorstep. Those bitches. Wait, those guys.
Not doorstepping this time around.
No doorstepping. And just because gravity.
Oh, brutal. All right.
I mean, you're still gonna get some for now.
Yeah, for now.
Sulphur City is good. That's taken up already. Those are all. Everybody ran after those. I could get stuck with Bones of Behemoth. What is it? Is that victory points? The 2 shields?
Yeah, or 4 twos. That's a big.
That is a big one.
We can go
could
there
I use
together.
2 tools on? Could I use 2 tools on 1 dice?
Yes.
That's probably.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna use 2 of my tools to make that a 6 on this guy.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yes, I would.
All right. What's the worst can happen? Go to the relief track.
Although I'm thinking I should have done it over there.
I mean, that would have been cute.
There you go.
There's 18 gravity. Gravity is
Gravity keeps kicking Gil's
I'm
butt.
getting enough to be there. Come on. I know you're gonna send me to the relief track, but I'm fine with that.
Send the relief pitcher.
All right, go ahead, Chris.
All right. Man, I got this 1 here, and I'm just gonna, make that a 6.
You don't get to do that. You don't get to do
Yes,
that.
I do. Yes, I do.
How do you get to do that?
No,
I get to do
What's his
that.
tool?
No, you can go up.
Up or down?
no,
one,
you
but
can't flip
you
it.
can't go to 6.
He
6.
specifically said that you can turn a 1 into a 6 and a 6 into a 1.
You cannot. He specifically said you cannot.
If you have enough tools, not that you cannot flip
Take
a die.
that back. That's not what he means.
What he meant before is like you can add what was that work? You can add stuff next to it to do. Was that worker that you said you can put?
Mark,
together?
check your mic too. We might have lost your feed on our end.
Hear me?
You can use.
Yeah, we can hear
workers,
you,
right? The
Mark.
brown workers to go, like turn a 6 into a 7. Right.
Marc Specter?
Here.
Like right now? Did you hear him just now?
Yeah, I'm not hearing him. Yeah, I'm not hearing him.
All right.
All right. Well, it don't matter. That's exactly what I heard earlier, but if that's not the case, then that's fine. Okay.
It's a rule that we're missing. You can use workers to add to your die to get them.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
6
you're
or 7.
misunderstanding what I'm saying, but that's fine.
No, I know.
Oh.
But he said you can turn a 6 to a 1, but then you always go up. You can turn a 6 to a 1 to a 6.
That's not what he said. You can't go around.
You can flip around. Okay.
Either way.
All right. That's not what I heard earlier, but that's fine.
But it's still your dice placement.
That's fine. I get it. Yeah. Trying to think of what I'm going to do now. I'm going to do it this way then. Just because.
Okay.
Okay, I can try, but then I also realized my computer is running out of juice now.
I hear Mark now.
I moved, I disconnected from power. So, all right, well, we'll go until my computer dies, and then you guys can keep going. By that time,
Okay.
you pretty much have this under control now.
Mark is probably bored watching us.
Right. He's like, I want to get out.
I know.
Last part again? Oh, yeah. Whoever has the highest points at the end of 6 rounds based on the end of game scoring down there. Yep.
There's a box there on the bottom. We should be able to calculate it out. Do you have to, just in case we do lose, bounce out, I just want to thank you for joining us this evening. We really appreciate it. Just in case we lose you.
I will say that this has been very interesting because again, as you guys learned earlier today, I am woefully inadequate when it comes to so I had actually never seen this implementation. This is the first time I'm seeing it. Actually, you know what? That's a lie. Somebody else played the other night, but I also was only watching them do it. Anyway, this is it's very interesting to watch the interface and sort of the challenges of the interface when you have a game like this that has lots of little bits.
Right.
Opposed to, say, just a card game or something like that.
Yep, absolutely. I'm probably going to copy this mod, to be honest. This is a side note, and we're going to continue on, but I'll probably copy this mod to do some experimenting with scripting, because I'm working on scripting in Tabletop Simulator now as a side project. And just because there's so many moving parts, it'll be a good practice point for me. So thanks.
What you need to do.
Will, it is your placement.
It is my placement.
Yeah. I just like, where is the... I don't know if, just to make Chris feel better, but it says, you may spend multiple tools to alter a die multiple times. You may not reduce a die below 1 or raise it both above 6. Just... okay.
Because
I know that was confusing, but because there is another situation here that I'll read on that you can alter the die as well.
Gil, it's your placement.
All right, I will. Ow. Problem is, I only have 4 energy, but I will get some here if nobody's a jerk. You only leave once, right? Although, you know what? Sorry about that. Let me do something different here. Let me just try one of those buildings. They look fun.
Mm-hmm. You definitely need a place to put your colonists.
Yeah, because I'm getting stuff and then not paying for them all the time.
Right, you're going to be paying. Does it cost any energy to convert a colonist? Yes or no? No, right?
The colonist. Oh, in the academy? No.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Training them doesn't cost any energy. Just you have to have a specific dice to train a specific type.
Exactly.
Got it.
Okay, Gil, are you done?
I'm done.
Okay. I am going to...
What is the cost to pay for the building?
That's the whatever you bid is what you pay in minerals. So if you bid a 1, you get it for 1. But you have to hope
for a 1. Y'all are a bunch of suckers.
Well, right, and that's the thing is, it's very true. and that's the thing is, like, that's the advantage of playing last in a round, is that if somebody doesn't scoop up one of those, they could drop a 1 on a building that somebody didn't choose, and then have it available.
However, 1 is also super valuable, getting ahead of resources, recruiting the right colonists.
Yep. That's true. You're right.
Well, especially that colonist part. You have no idea how often there'll be just, one of something out there.
Right.
And you're like, my goodness, that is the colonist I need. And if,
I feel like 3 is the golden dice for minerals and energy. And then as you go higher up to the top there, maybe lower ones. And that's just in my experience with this. And then the high ones are usually probably trump for expeditions. But that's just that's how my mind is formulating right now.
Can you clarify one thing here? Whenever you gain a colonist for any reason, it
sorry, real quick. Blue, are you replacing? I think it's his placement. Chris Cornell.
Oh, is it? I apologize. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Gil. Go ahead. I want to just keep things going.
Whenever you gain a colonist for any reason, it may immediately be placed in a building that has room. Otherwise, it must go to the south. So, which situation would be that? Do you have cards or some situation where you would get colonists that could go directly to the building?
Well, you're going to get colonists off of the expeditions when you rescue them. Okay. And you're going to get colonists off of the doorstep when you recruit them. If you have an empty building and they can slot in there, you can just put them right in there. You don't need to stop in the shelters if you don't want to.
Excellent. Okay. And the
Good.
same way it works for the building, right? If I get a building right away, I could move colonists into the building.
Please.
It says when you gain a building for any reason, you may immediately move a colonist from the shelter to the building.
So, yep. So if
Real quick, guys, I messed up color here. I thought I had a pink token down here. Is it okay if I migrate this over to here, the 4? You guys will
I don't know
allow
what
that?
you're asking, Will.
Yeah,
If you
it's
look
fine. It's fine. Go ahead.
That's the one. I apologize. I thought I had pink.
And then
That's my mulligan for the evening. Thank you.
there you go. That works for me.
Gil's like, yes, do it. Move it, please.
Because I had the pink work, he hurt me when you went.
Right.
Chris, are you wanting to move yours too?
I have no reason to move mine.
Okay, just checking.
All
Will,
right,
it's your
Red,
placement.
Will.
It's my placement.
I know,
Not
right?
fair at all.
But there's no way to mulligan it to energy to him. You have his
No,
chance.
but if I would have known that they were going to die, maybe I wouldn't have gotten that.
That is true.
Just saying.
Very true. Good. Great example.
All right, so I will.
Yeah, not only that, yeah, just the same. So am I. I didn't repeat.
Producers here ripping jokes and no one's hearing it.
I know.
All
So
that
much fire.
comedy gold going to waste.
So much fire that happens behind the scenes, and they just. Do we all? Okay, so it's. We're now on Chris.
Okay, so wait, we have to resolve now, right?
Well, so
First
next
we do
thing.
this expedition, right?
Yeah, expeditions first. So starting with this one, I'll choose the victory points, giving yellow the tools, 4 tools. So I will take.
That's what it is.
I'll take 2 victory points, please.
You move your victory points yourself.
Gil,
I was working on it.
why are you so angry, Gil? So much hate tonight.
Die, you.
So
And
I
we-
get
Everyone's angry over
we
spacing my
you get a
players.
You get a shield as well.
Yes, that's true.
now, Mark. The question I have for this second piece. So since I got moved off, I don't get an expedition token, correct?
expedition token, you do not get rewards. You do go up on the relief track.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Which I collect immediately, right?
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, yes.
And I
I
got
think it's
5
a green
because I
buyback.
came in first.
And so then,
You
you're taking the 5 and I'll take the 3.
Yes. I don't think I would choose the 5. You know what, Chris? Collect 5. There's your mulligan
Oh,
for being spaced.
Wow.
Oh, so nice. Thank you, Gil.
There you go.
Wow, that's very generous.
Here, I'll give you your die. There you go.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
I gonna need all that fat. I could get 2 more fat, and I
Right.
chose
He
not. so.
needs all of it.
Even you guys have to crap. Even my sportsmanship, you have to make it
Right.
hard for me. Pick on me. No, just kidding.
And
Gil,
so-
what do you want on this one?
Are you taking the base or?
That is a tough one.
Isn't it?
I need both of them. I will take the base. You can take
Okay.
it first. So I don't have to feed it if I can use. Thank you.
You guys are rocking this all by yourself. I'm barely even inputting anything here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So step
We're like
two,
young dogs. We can be trained.
I'm gonna
Step
take
2, yeah.
my 3.
I'll take my 2 that I get.
Yep. Cool.
All right. 4. I'm going to take my 2.
Okay, then I will take my 6. 3.
And I got the
4,
3 for me.
6.
All right. So then we move to there.
Buildings. Pay your
And-
buildings.
I will pay my 1 resource to bring my building over to me. Get my die back.
The cost of those buildings are based on the pips. So Chris had a 1 pip on it, so it was 1 mineral. Gil has a 3 here, so it's 3 for him, and Will has a 4, so it's 4.
Now,
yes, if someone's willing to outbid. So if I had a 2, I could.
And now I'm gonna give you guys all a chance to laugh, because the printing there I thought was I thought I had 3. That's why I bid 3. See the print on the field there. So I don't get to collect the building.
Oh gosh, that hurts.
The question I have is, can I automatically move 2 of my people over, or can I not until I can only move 1 over, right? When
you can always move from the shelters to the buildings with no cost.
And at any point, so like I could just do it now to just get.
So I can do it now.
Remember, the 2 blues on that one, are 1 is a blank, so the brown can go exactly.
Correct. And then the other blue is coming from up there when I get to that.
So then I collect my 2 tools because I completed the building.
Well, not yet. It's there's an in the round phase.
Coming up to the round.
As long as it's fully staffed to get it over.
The funny thing, I spent my brown to get an engineering to put on that card that I beat and didn't get it. And now I actually need the brown one to put it over there.
That's great.
Screwed up round for me.
So I have a 3, and so I can recruit 2, and I am going to recruit an engineer and a colonist.
And you're going to pay 4
I am.
for that. That's crazy.
For them.
Craziness.
You need to be able to feed them afterwards as well, right?
I do know that.
Wow, you just skirting it by there, aren't you?
So I'm gonna collect 1 worker and put directly over there.
Yeah, there you go, Gil.
And that's 2. Just give me time. I don't.
Part of me wishes you can use like tools, or here's expansion idea.
Right, here's my tools.
So you can blow up like people's resources.
Oh gosh,
that's a whole different type of toolkit.
Right.
like toward the end of the round, like Chris, he wouldn't be able to afford it, so I could use a bomb or a toolkit to remove.
Get away from me.
One of his energies, so he can't afford to people.
Get your red hand away from me. Right.
So all right, I'm the only one on the last track.
No, that's a red die. That's
me.
That's
yeah.
And I will change that brown to the blue.
Okay.
And place them directly on my surface conduit.
Okay.
Now, when do I collect this? At the end of each round or the beginning of each round?
So what is this?
Oh, sorry. The surface conduit allows me to collect.
That's going to be It's going to be during the end of round upkeep.
Okay, so
which is right now.
So right now, and I would get a colonist from here randomly.
Well, first you can do all your colonists if you want to do that.
Oh my God! Look at that! I paid for a blue and I got a blue.
And then activate your fully staffed buildings. So.
Okay, that's what I did. Yeah.
Oh, I took, I think, 1 too many. Nope. So everyone done that?
Mm-hmm. And so Liban, if you have any questions, let us know what we're playing. This is Artemis Project, currently on Kickstarter.
Then I think I grabbed 1 too many. Then you pay for your people who you have remaining?
Yep, anyone in your shelters pay for
Oh, no, I have to pay 1 because that guy just showed up. That's interesting. So this card, I'm going to have to pay every turn unless I can shuffle that person to a building.
A place to put them.
So that card, that expedition control is more like a place to storage my people, so I don't have to pay for them for a while, right? Until I put in a building.
Pretty much, yeah. Event.
The new event goes to G, and it's the player with the most.
I already flipped.
Yep, I did. The player with the most Marines and the players with the most Stewards gain 3 energy or 3 minerals. Now, is that plays out
Stewards
at the end, right?
The player with the most Marine and the player with the most Steward gain 3 energy.
Right. So it's not combined. It's 2 separate events. I mean, it's one event, but it's 2 separate actions.
Right. And it happens
at the end, yeah.
At the very end of this round. Okay. So someone could build to take over. Now these are folks that are in buildings and shelters, right? So
yes, exactly.
Being utilized. Okay. And we said stewards were pink and
purple. Well, pink, purple, yeah.
Pink, purple, yeah. And then Marines were red.
Red.
Okay.
Red.
All right. So that was the event. Let's refresh the board.
And then we add another 4 buildings here. Should I move these up?
Yes, really.
Buildings will never have more than 8 at a time, so you're going to max out.
Okay, so got it.
Just so I say this out loud, you'll never have more than 12 colonists. So you're going to draw another 6, but if you were supposed to draw 6 and you would exceed 12, you would stop when you hit 12.
Yeah. No, I know that's right there.
Graphic design.
So there's it says on the board a max of 12.
Thank you, Gil.
Just so you remember, people don't hear what you're saying.
No, I understand.
Okay. It's a lag is causing these things to.
No.
See, I threw it.
Blue is so angry about it, he just smashed it up on the table.
Okay, we did
You're
buildings.
going to have less than 2 minerals per person, so you can actually elevate that to 8.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Made a small mistake in the first round. In the first round, there should have been 8 energy also. Or
So
whatever.
between red and yellow, who has the least?
So for a 4-player game, there's always at least going to be 8 of each of these resources out.
Least combined resources, I believe it's going to be you, Gil. I have 3 and 4.
Yeah, well, I have 5. I only have 4.
I have 6. We put this is number of players plus 2. So it's 6. 1, 2, 3. Really?
So I would do. Will was first player.
I'm going to be the first player?
Yes. So now we can all roll the die.
Yeah. I'm going to take advantage of that first player thing here. So
this is not possible.
Are you rolling 1, 2, 3, 4s and 5s again?
Oh, there's a bug.
Hold on.
There's no way.
Let me try rolling. Let me just try and roll and see what happens. 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 4, 5, 5.
Okay, 1, 2, 4, 5, 5. Okay. I know, right? Let me win with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It might be a bug on you on on client side for you.
Really? Yeah. Oh, I haven't. Let me try it again.
Roll again.
Okay. Now it's not.
No, you're just crazy.
But that was seriously three times in a row.
Turns
It's
in a
1, 2,
row.
3, 4, 5.
Yahtzee.
All right. Well, where you place them first?
I am going to place.
Oh, hold on. We need to put a colonist here. And then pull a building.
I'm going to place... Yeah, let's do... Let's do the 4 up here. And take my little blue guy. Hi, blue guy. Place him right there. Matt's commenting about my narration. And then Matt mentioned his 6-year-old. I think it's honestly because of my toddler that I'm starting to do that, because throughout the day, like he'll talk about everything he's doing.
All right, let's see.
Solibone 9 says we have a way to go yet.
Yes, we do. So the goal is that hopefully we'll go faster.
and our producer keeping distracting the player so he doesn't play.
I think Will's up.
Oh,
so.
Is it? Because I go. I'm sorry, I go first. Stop it, Gil. Just stop it. There's a lot of energy in that pool over there. So let's yeah, you guys are kind of flush with energy. I'm going to do that. Go ahead. Gil.
In doubt between 2 places here.
Yep. I just wasn't sure if you were aware. Yeah, you were very, very quiet. Church mouse quiet.
Gosh.
I like how he put me first though, because I hate being first because I do want to get another building, but is there a limit to how many buildings you can have on your tableau?
Stay there.
Okay.
Limit to how many you want based on scoring. 7 plus. You can have 8 buildings. The most you're going to get for it is 8 points.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see that. I see. There's actually some end game pointage for buildings.
Gil, did you just go?
Is staffed or unstaffed?
And the points are they don't have to be staffed. I'm sorry. You cut out.
You will score the points for having the buildings staffed or unstaffed.
Oh wow. Okay. That's good info.
That's very good info.
Go ahead, Chris.
That's good to the point that it changed my entire strategy.
Basically.
But now I just need the minerals to afford them all. You guys are doing an expedition. That's cute.
He's going big.
Go big or go home,
Right?
How many there's one energy over there. Wait, go.
Why didn't you do
I was going to say, Gil, are you really going to do that?
Yeah, relax. Hold on. I am not done. I have to place. All right. There's nothing has the red here.
Well, actually, you know what's fun about this? Again, I don't know how many people we have talking, but and I've been talking to Josh, my graphic designer and lead developer, about the project in probably the past 10, 15 minutes here. And we actually just sort of overhauled our stretch goal plan. So for anyone who's a backer on the campaign, just be on the lookout for some changes to the stretch goal structure tomorrow morning in the first half of the day. People are going to be getting what they've asked for.
You done? Take a check at that for sure.
Hi, Chris. I hate you put both guys on the same place. I'm gonna have to be that guy, Chris. Sorry.
Are you really?
Why would you be greedy so early? Sorry.
But you can't knock me out, though.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I have a 2.
No, 2 can only affect you.
Right, but they makes my guy a 7.
No. Let's
you
go
can't
back.
go past
You can go past 6. That's right.
You can't go past 6.
No.
Chris got burned by that rule enough times.
So
It's exactly why they're both.
Yeah, Chris is not getting burned by that rule.
him out, but he can freeload on the expedition, so he can still go on it.
And then go
and then get knocked back to the relief track. But
but he'll still get a badge, right, for being on it.
He's going to get a reward because Blue is only going to get both rewards if Blue is the only one there going on the expedition.
Oh,
what? No.
Wait, say that again.
Don't say that again.
You could still go on the expedition. Blue is the highest with 12, but you could still get the second with. You could put a 2 if you want.
But that means that those other jokers can go there too. Then.
And eventually push it on. Yes, that's what does
really funny.
Let me look to what is left on the.
I don't want to share anything. What?
Well,
sharing.
You know what?
Sharing.
I'm gonna put a 4 and 2 tools.
Okay,
So I keep my 6 with me.
Okay, and you made that a 6. Got it.
Put the tools back and make it into a 6.
Why not just spend those tools on the 4 for something else? I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Poor Chris Cornell.
Keeler,
really,
you got
he's pushing strategy so hard, and then he's like wastes 2 6s on that card.
Right.
Yep. Oh, I know. It's whatever at this point. Yeah. That's what I thought. I could get them both because I had them both. But yeah, exactly.
Chris, you're up.
Oh man. Okay. And so no matter what I put there, it just adds to my total. It doesn't actually knock anyone else.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. That changes things a little bit. It is. It's decent. Very decent.
Thing if they got a high roll.
All right.
Dece. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're correct. I never thought of it that way.
What is the square over here?
The number of.
It's telling you that expeditions are 1 per player minus 1.
Oh. Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I didn't catch that the first time around. Let's see.
Manufacturing at this point, do you guys what size dice are you guys going with? Are you going with the really tiny ones, or are you going to have the normal size like poker or not? But
normal size dice.
Go ahead, Will.
Normal size dice.
Because a lot of games that have been coming out recently, especially Kickstarter projects, are all like mini dice, and I'm not sure how I feel about them.
No.
Yeah.
I can't speak for Josh's mind, but he's never brought up to me shrinking the size of the dice and.
Okay.
I've never even thought that we would go any less than standard dice.
Got it.
Hey, Mark, what happens when we tie on a exhibition? Is who plays first, right?
Yeah. Person who put the die down first gets first choice.
Okay.
What this Crystal Foundry? What does that mean?
Crystal Foundry means that since they're empty spaces, you can put any colonist there. Right. However, if you put there, you get an extra one. So staffed with anything, you're going to get 1 mineral. 2 blues, you're going to get 3 minerals. 1 for the staffing, and then 1 for each blue engineer.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know if you guys got this rule, but I'm gonna mention in case there was only one. You can actually turn your 6 to a 7 here. You use one of your what do you call the pioneers with your die, and that die becomes. You use a pioneer as a peep on your die. So you can
Yes, that is true. We haven't really had that question come up, even though it's sort of been on the tip of my brain to say a couple times, Gil, specifically because of the things you've said.
Yeah.
But I figured I wouldn't add confusion to the equation until we.
So I could have
but yeah,
put a 7 there and outbid him with a.
If you had a colony.
No, you wouldn't have been able to outbid me.
Right. Not on this case. If it was just a 6, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so I will be that guy again. So who put the die on this card first?
I did. Here, let's do it this way.
Excellent. So I will.
Really?
Yellow snaking in there. Now, a dice that he's already put down, Chris Cornell put down that blue dice. Could he use a tool now, or he has to do it actively when he's placing it? I know we talked
when you're placing the dice.
Okay, got it.
So I'm not technically piggybacking on that expedition anymore. Do I still get an expedition point, or do I just get kicked back to the relief track?
You would get the second 5 that was there.
Yeah, I'm the second 5, but it got kicked. It's going to get kicked because of
the. At the end of the round, you'll get relief tracked.
But no expedition points, right? Yeah.
You can only use the
That is
tools.
true.
That's true. You could add to the den.
Yep. All right.
I just saw that. Friday's stream over on Happy Fun Time Live should be really good this week because I trashed the old laptop and bought a new one.
Oh, I wish.
So now live from the dining room
after Chris
is actually going to be good.
Your turn, Bill.
My turn. I will place here.
Netflix.
Gil, go ahead.
All right. I'll go in here.
Yeah, let me move Will's die for you.
Yeah, let me take care of that for you.
I just helping you out.
I know. I'm just let me take care of that for you.
All right. And then Mark, if someone were to outbid me on a building, but then couldn't afford it, do I get to get the next attempt at purchasing it?
Yes. So they do not get relief track for making a stupid mistake, and you do get the opportunity to purchase the building then.
Like I did last time.
And then the last player will be Chris Cornell. Go ahead, Chris.
You can add to this die here.
Okay. Looks like we're all done there. So first expedition was not even attempted. Second goes to...
What do you want to...
Wow.
It goes to... Yeah,
I
Chris
get to
Cornell
take
gets
it.
it.
All right.
So you get to choose primary on that one. So what are you going to choose?
I think I'm going to take the 4 tools.
All right.
4 tools. And then the
I got 4.
4 energy goes to Gil. Cool.
I
Next
didn't get it,
expedition.
so I went to the relief track. And I picked it.
Wipes away. In fact, what you can think of it as is expeditions. As you go around the board, the first 3 stations will all wipe. Expeditions, vents, and quarry will all wipe. Colonists back up to their maximums.
All right, Chris.
And I'm going to take the building.
All right, so I'll take
My wife just said, you're welcome, Wilf. That's my wife there saying about the laptop. And thank you, Heather.
Really quick, Mark, also, does this colonist that's on this expedition get kicked out of the game or back to the bag?
Yeah, kicked out of the game.
You're out of here.
Oh.
My computer just gave me the official warning that you are running out of power. Warning.
How am I at 0? Oh, because I always forget it's not my hand. Stupid. I'm in yellow. Yeah.
The game are very sparing. Everything is 90% of your points are scored at the end.
Okay, so area 2 will take your 5.
5. 1, 2.
And you said this wipes at the end, none of it carries over? None of the materials?
All right, I'm gonna take my 3 since I'm the only one there. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Mark, again, I want to thank you before we lose you tonight. Really appreciate you coming out.
I have lots of energy.
We are losing? Is he?
No,
is
I'm
he
still
losing?
here.
Okay, good.
Real troopers in just working through this and all the idiosyncrasies with the patient of this.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it.
And you're always welcome back, by the way. I know that you have probably coming down the pipe with what you're working on there. So you're always welcome back. Just let us know and do what we can for you.
This again. I have my next game, Endangered, is supposed to kickstart in early January.
Oh, excellent.
It's a co-op about saving endangered species.
Okay.
That's exciting.
Super cool, actually, to do this again.
What do you do?
Absolutely.
That stupid thing just collect everything. All right.
Very good. And definitely hope to meet you in person at Plug this year, too. It should be an awesome time.
Yeah, well, I can hang for a short while longer. I have a little bit more time.
Okay, good.
This is
Before you disappear, just yell out and say, bye!
Right.
Like a fading goodbye.
What a world!
We'll go ahead and take and pay for your
There you
building.
go.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Everybody needs to come out and say hi at PAX Unplugged. That's going to be a blast. Could play some games. Lots of games.
oh yeah, I did. Yes, right.
All right. Location 5, I'm going to pick first. Pick an engineer. And spend 2 energy to buy them.
I will take which one? I mean, just give me a sec. Let me see what kind of workers. Red.
You been maxing over there, Gil?
No,
What you doing?
Just how many blue. So you're the only one with reds?
I'm the only one with reds. Yes.
Okay. Nobody has pink, so I'll take a pink. So I'll take a pink worker.
I can't hear Gil right now. Is he? It's like really.
He's quiet, but he's talking.
Okay.
You understand what I was looking in everybody's board before making my decision in a second.
Yeah, I know what you did there. See what you did there. So I will go with. I'm going to be getting 2 here, so I will go with a blue and a red.
Actually, I could take one more. Oh no, 2. Oh, so it's just 1.
You can only take one.
Yeah, just take 1.
I have to pay 4 for these. 2,
and I need
3,
to pay 2 for this.
4,
1, 2.
and then I will apply. Oh, sorry, scratch that. Not a red, purple. Apply that one there to that building.
Pick up red. Why are you gonna pick up a purple?
Because I'm getting red on the. I'm getting red on the line.
Okay.
But if you get red, you get points.
I'm getting to get points regardless because nobody else has another red, and I'll have 2 reds.
Suck.
I mean, I have a red, but I won't have enough to.
Yeah, you won't have 2 reds.
You have
All
2
right.
reds? I thought you only had 1.
I'm getting another red right now.
That's why. I forgot you had it.
I
Put
will
it in
play-
there as well.
What do I want to activate? Do I want to activate the synthetics complex for 1 energy? I get 3. Because I'm guessing that's what that
No,
means,
it's
right?
you can, I think it's you can convert any number of energy to minerals
3.
or vice versa, 1 to 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can
okay.
interchange them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that rate there.
I think I'm going to end up going with that. And when does this guy spawn in? At the beginning? And then when does this resolve? Will the guy spawn in and go into that building before this would actually produce? Because I get a guy from this card.
You can
When
pull
we
this
activate.
conduit. Yeah, you can absolutely use that.
So
first.
the moment he pops up, the guy. Sorry. The moment he pops up, he'll go right into my drone docks, and I'll get those resources at the end of the turn, right?
Definitely.
Mark, the stored energy part, that's 5, and then I move one of them over, correct? So it's a total spending of 6.
No, it's a total spending of 5. 1
Okay,
point
so
for
it's
5 that you have.
And just to clarify too, Mark, I can convert up to 3 synthetics this turn. So if I wanted, I could turn 3 energy into 3 material. Is that correct?
Vice versa. 3 energy into 3 minerals, or 3 minerals into 3 energy, up to.
Beautiful. And I would do that later in the turn, obviously.
Keep. Yeah. So I mean, it may serve you to do it at the beginning, depending on other buildings you have. Like there's one building that converts energy into points.
Okay.
So you might want to and then spend the energy to get the points.
True.
Okay. And then we need to do G, which is the player with the most Marines, which is Gil, or not Gil.
That's me.
I have the most pink
Yeah.
one.
So you get either 3 energy or 3 minerals, your choice.
I will take 3 minerals.
And then
I'll
same
pick
thing
up-
with me, right?
Yeah.
So I'll take 3 minerals as well.
Does it make more sense rather than for my computer to shut down on you? Should I just call it? I literally have.
Absolutely. And we'll say it one more time. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it very, very much. And good luck with the rest of the campaign.
We'll talk. We'll talk in the next 16 days and see what comes up.
Right.
That's right.
All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for having me.
See you.
Thanks for being with us. Night. Quick heads up for everybody who's still watching. We're going to have a quick transition, so the screen's going to go a little screwy, just because we're losing that video feed, and we're still going to be with you, but it's happening right now. You want to see our pretty faces, so a blessing.
So we activate our buildings now.
Yes. So yeah, you can move your colonists. And then
I get
you
1 point.
activate your fully staffed buildings.
So I get a point.
So let me get this stuff off the table, and then I have to figure out exactly. So I get it's actually a random person that I get, right? Yeah, from the surface conduit. And it'll be brown, but it'll fill that in, which gives me both a energy and a mineral.
I think this also only applies to me, but make sure to spend an energy for all of your unsettled people.
Correct.
In your shelters.
And then, let's see.
3, 4.
I think I will.
So that's going to be round 3 now yet, right?
No, we are in round 4.
Round 4. Okay.
I'm going to trade 2 energy.
Should we switch to the next deck? Isn't that
we do
the
now on round 4?
So we collect all of those?
No, I think they just add 2. I don't think they go away.
Right. So I shouldn't have drawn from this pile, or are they just
It's not round 4 yet. Okay. It's like it is round 4 now. So I don't know. You will add
4, 5, 6 in there.
Yeah, so go ahead and pull from round 4.
But we already got 4 cards for now, so we should not have pulled from that deck then.
Oh, you pulled 4 cards? No, we should have. I don't think we. Well, it's technically in the end of round phase.
But then you would never pull them on round 6, though.
That makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, this thing is not releasing stuff. Like you grab stuff and then it doesn't let it go.
Yeah,
you have to wait for a second. Wow, somebody's got to make a hole in the keyboard.
That's not me.
Sorry, that's me. I got some really clacky keys.
Okay. Our fingers and noses.
All right, and we need to flip the. Did you flip it already?
I did. Okay. So we just have to draw 2 extra colonists, but it caps at 12. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
so we
6,
had them
7,
on the doorstep.
8, 9, 10, 12.
12.
So it caps at 12. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Yeah, well.
Okay.
I'm actually going to close out the call from my desktop altogether. Oh, no. Wait, even though mine's hidden? One's hidden?
All right, so we got this, got the colonists over there. We got all the minerals that we needed. Wow, that was a lot. Do we roll that much?
I rolled 15 and 10.
All right.
So. My lag is gone now. Oh, never mind.
All right, so we got the cards open.
Player with the fewest. Hold on. The player with the fewest resources gets to pick. So I have 8.
I have 8 as well.
I have 8 as well.
What are we doing at a time?
I have 9, so you guys all have less.
Here, roll this die, and we'll decide. I rolled a 4.
4. Gil's gonna roll a 4.
That's why you always have to roll 2 dice.
Yeah, I know. We didn't do it first, but go ahead and do it now. Go. 1.
1.
Chris, you and I.
Okay.
I have an 8. Okay.
Jesus, really?
So I want.
Who's going first, Chris?
I want Chris Cornell to go first.
Are we rolling now?
Yep,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll.
So you're Chris Walters. You're tired of the mini dice as well.
Yeah, I just think it's silly. I mean, I get that it's probably like a cost piece and all of the things, but I don't
think the price is. I think it's all about the demand.
Shipping.
I don't think. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Do you think that people prefer the tiny jewel dice to like? Because I mean, that's what you're seeing a lot of, like tiny jeweled dice, like transparent, smaller dice.
When I buy SX dice, the little guys cost sometimes more, or at least the same as the average.
Well,
guy.
right, but the cost to you, I mean, you're talking like wholesale cost, or you're talking like retail cost?
Retail.
Because retail is going to do that to you. Manufacturing wise, usually the Chesic dice, the tiny ones are cheap or the same price because they end up being a transparent mold, which costs more than like a solid mold.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Since I'm going first, I think.
What does that rocket ship symbol mean?
It moves up on the relief track.
Oh.
So
I'm making an assumption.
Let me just read that so it's clear for next time. If it is a tie, the tied player furthest clockwise order from the previous players.
So it was me, anyways. But yeah.
And who did you choose? Yourself?
I picked Chris Cornell.
Oh,
so
okay.
I went.
Yeah. Okay. Let's. I'm gonna go 6 on this one. Go ahead, Gil.
Oh, that clack.
Sorry.
Clickety clack clack clack.
Who's watching must be like. All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
all right. Will, did you place?
I did, yeah. I'm waiting for Gil.
Me. I'm just trying to decide if I go for that now. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Go for it, Gil.
Go for it.
Push it to the limit.
Although, So what does the thing inside of there mean?
Each round, you get 1 victory point plus 1 victory point for every 2 mineral, or the other one is energy.
All right, so
And that's every round because it's every time it activates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Yes, yeah, that's doesn't come earlier on. Yeah. Would be nice.
Right.
But if anybody gets that, it would be just clocking points nonstop.
Kit wants to do the cruise. Board game. Yeah. Let's do it.
Well, next September. I'm already going to be on an Alaska cruise.
I
don't know when the BGG one is, but
okay.
so you guys can all come to Alaska with me, and we can just play some games.
Sounds
I'm
good.
Put a 5 here, and use 1 tool to bump it to a 6, and then I'm going to send my Marine for an energy to reduce Will's dice by 2.
Where?
If you send a Marine on an expedition,
Right here?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how? So I'll just let you drop it to a 4 if you want. But I will.
This goes down to 4.
And you go up to 6, right, Chris? You pay a total.
Yes, I'm supposed to be at 6.
Hmm.
All right, go, Chris.
All right. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to use a tool to make that a 6.
The man with many tools.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of tools.
I got a lot of tools. Okay. I'm going to place this guy here and use a tool to make it a 6.
6 minerals. Yeah.
You can outbid yourself later on with another die, just so you know.
You could do
Yeah.
one now?
So like, if you were to beat Gil's 4, he can
Mhm.
add another dice to this to make
You
it
can keep adding to your die later.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
so.
No, but it's not energy.
invincible.
It's
It's another die.
yeah.
Another die. Yeah.
All
But yeah,
right.
you don't pay for it with energy. You pay for it with the other minerals.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. I will go with my follow friend here.
With my friend.
My friend. And I'm not even going to alter my die or anything. Look at that.
Yeah.
Looky.
So, wow, look at that card here. It's only... That's a different card. So you have to choose one or the other. So I guess if you're not on the track and you get the second place, what happens? Can you place your die on the track directly?
I think you just moved to that first slot.
Okay.
Gil, you placed, right?
I did. I see what you did there, Chris, because it was on the wrong place the whole time, or
No.
Oh, you just moved.
Does that really even matter?
What?
This little thing.
happens?
Correct.
Oh. Okay.
What is this event, by the way? I don't think I.
It was. We just added more to the dock area,
Oh,
or the doors area.
to the doorstep. Well, those actually don't get right.
And it didn't. I capped it at 12.
And doesn't that not trigger until he gets there to that step?
No, I don't know. I just added. I don't. It was confusing.
That's fine. I'm guessing that it doesn't. I'm guessing that you get there, that they're added later. So
No, the difference is that it happens on G. Now, when we come around, we will draw a new card in here, right? Isn't that what happened?
No, we draw that at the end of turn. I think what it is because the E marker is before 5. It wouldn't matter because we would have to. So we refilled it, and it would be,
right.
E happens, and then
3 now or later would be just the same.
Right.
That's correct. Yeah, right. and if there's no purple here, it just is a scenario.
But we're capped regardless, so it doesn't matter.
Right. That's correct.
If we weren't capped, it would be. But
so whose turn is it?
It is mine. I apologize. I was.
No, it's okay.
I'm thinking.
It's not. I mean, I'm not knocking. This is a heavy thinker. It is. To be completely honest.
I mean, we've almost doubled the play time on this.
We could, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, it's your turn.
Okay, cool. All right. Go.
All right,
go.
Gil, let's take your turn.
There's a lot there, so I guess the chances are good.
There's a lot there. The chances are, oh no.
Still, I mean, you really would have to burn a big one now.
Right.
There's 10.
Cornell.
I'm thinking here.
Yeah,
quick.
sorry. I just checked.
Nope.
And I just thought the worst come worst, I go into the relief.
Yeah, you go to the relief train.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're putting it there.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Just
I got it.
You got it.
grab everything.
There's a few things that snap points on this board would be beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I could touch this board up real quick.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I was looking at, like I said, did you dabble in scripting yet, Chris?
I haven't really gotten into it. I've been really trying to push any of my spare time I've been putting into Tabletopia, trying to really learn that, and it's not going so well.
Will, go ahead and make your move.
Yes. I'll place this up here.
I'm really trying to do whatever I can to learn.
Yes. I mean, the only thing that was a big turnoff for me in terms of designing within Tabletopia is the web-based uploads. That's like,
yes.
Like, come on, browser-based uploading? Ugh.
Well, and then just that, it's all of it's browser-based. Doesn't matter which part you're using, whether you're launching it through Steam or through the browser. Right. It's all browser-based.
I know. Just give me a second.
Right.
I really...
No.
There's some things that can be changed, but it's not a good thing.
It's going to give you a hard time. Now you got to wait for a second there.
The only thing that I think Tabletopia is beautiful in most regards, like the way that the cards actually show up compared to other simulator based software. It's just little nitpicky things.
Sorry, Gil.
And on the designer side of it, I think it's a bit difficult. If they made an engine that you can do it in that's not browser based, I would be ecstatic. But okay. That's true. I guess have other game designers preferred browser-based upload system, and like okay, got it. Okay. Whose turn is it? Mine again? I'm sorry. Oh,
yeah, it's yours again.
Yeah, it's mine. Then I'm going to place this here.
I don't need energy.
Now, one thing I do like about
Chris
the tabletop,
screw me over there.
Right.
You place second, Will, so you have to.
That's correct. Yeah, you're right. I didn't see that. I thought it was another 3. Go ahead.
The one thing I do like about the Tabletopia thing is it's accessible to everybody.
True.
A tablet even. To play a game. Right. That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. The ability to be able to do that's so cool.
I mean, I think you can even play it on a phone. It's probably difficult, but you could do it, I think.
Right. Kit says Willow's art. Thanks, Kit.
Okay, I think that's everyone.
He's doing. Oh, Red Dragon.
Okay.
So the expeditions, this will wipe. This one pays out, so I get first. I'd be interested to ask. So I know how it was. I set it out, but I'd be curious to see.
Do you get any two?
Just pick any 2 you want.
Is it any 2? Okay.
Well, I don't know, but just pick any 2 now. Yeah.
It's the 2 that came with it that you drew out for the first part, and then the one that you drew out for the second part. It's not picking any 2 that you want. You actually have to specifically draw them out for each individual spot.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Everything else is that way.
If you said anything other than pretty sure, I would have been like, but when you dropped a pretty sure, like.
Okay, I'm positive that's the way it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, you actually
where I
would, when you draw the cubes, you actually would put the cubes inside of the block here.
Oh,
Okay.
so then and it is that way. So then this goes.
It
to
is that way, yeah.
That's
Nope, it
mine.
goes
Why
to
you
Gil.
put it away?
Gil
Oh wait,
beat you out.
what did Gil do?
Because I kicked you off.
Oh,
So
then
you can move up the relief track.
Yeah. Do I get
Move
I don't get a
on
shield
up.
either, do I?
No. Yeah, you do not get a shield, unfortunately.
What color am I?
Actually, I didn't get a shield for my second thing last round. I should have.
So I just go here, I guess.
Yep.
2 tools. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to expeditions.
All right, and Chris, you placed the 6 first, right?
Yeah.
So what do you want?
That is a good question. I want the workers. You can take the victory point.
I was sure you were taking. I was sure you were there for the point. I needed those workers.
Oh, tears. Tears.
All right, another point for me.
All right, so we're gonna move to phase 2. Will take 5 energy by yourself.
Yep.
I actually got to put
That energy will be very important for me.
And this will all wipe technically.
Well, I gotta pay energy for all the people I'm gonna be getting to or trying to get.
All right, so
I only
God,
get 2
fucking
of this
hate
whole
line.
thing.
Sorry. Chris, you get to pick 5 first.
I only get
And
2.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
so
the
sad.
3 is still here. Yeah.
And I get 2. Oh, Chris, you really screwed me over with that.
So
blue in
I
there.
didn't want.
No, you,
No, he
Chris
meant me.
Cornell.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I mean
So
Chris
I
Cornell.
Didn't
because-
want to, but those both work with the instant generation that
But
I
I'm not talking about you, Chris Cornell.
Because I bumped everyone
above
over.
him.
Oh,
I was putting my 4 in there, and then we'd get enough
Since he
4.
gets 2, he doesn't get
Gotcha. Gotcha.
relief track. That's a bummer.
Kit says my mic keeps cutting out. Does it keep cutting out for you guys too?
I have.
Yes.
No, I can pay for the
little bit.
4. I can.
I don't. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I can.
Gil, you
I
still
can
get
pay
the
for the
relief
4.
track.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying, I could outbeat you with 8. That's what.
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
knew you were going to try that, but I saved enough to be able to tool that up if I needed to.
And then when Chris put it,
7.
I was like, oh no. So I got that right away. That 2 2s right away.
Yeah.
And then I get 1 point. Oh no, we're not there yet. Forget about it. Oh, that really hurt.
Yeah, don't worry, Heather. That's not what I'm looking at.
I need to get a shield for that second guy there.
Okay, so where are we now? We're at
the
buildings.
No. Oh well, yeah. Sorry, I thought we all completed that.
No, that's all right. So that's 6.
I was about to say let's just play one more round and be done. But now that you got that card, that wouldn't be fair. You need to be able to use that card for a couple rounds.
Yeah, it is.
This 4th round.
It's 4.
So we have 2 more rounds ahead of us. I was about to say let's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will, are you done?
I built that. Yeah. So then it goes.
So
green.
we would add 2, but we're capped. So the event does not occur. And then, all right, I am green. I get 1, which means I pay 2 for it. That's not very close.
Oh, Chris, you better come up with some energy. Oh no, you have a +5x. Okay, you're good.
No, so I don't. Can I tap into that?
What?
Yeah, that's just a multiplier, right?
Okay.
Just to say.
So, but if I keep it, it's worth stuff at the end.
5. It's worth 5.
Where did you get that? +5?
But once
It's worth 5, but if at the end of game, it's worth a victory point for each of those you fill.
Yeah, it's just basically every 5 you have, it's a
Right.
Oh. So I'm sorry. What does that
you
do
don't
again?
actually have to fill that spot. For every 5 energy you have, you get a victory point.
That is
That's
just,
all.
just
When?
because there's a limited amount.
At the end of the game.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I get it. Yep.
It's a multiplier. That's it.
Got it. So now to me, I'm going to take one of these. I'll take a brown, pay 2.
Well, it's just like there's a plus, like a multiplication sign there. That's why. Right.
All
So
right,
now
so you've taken your piece.
Yeah, and then you're
I'm
taking...
going to take 2. I'm going to take 2.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to take this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy. I've already put my tokens in to pay for it. And I'm going to move that guy there. And that guy there.
And I'm paying 4 energy to take 2 more, and they're going to be 2 more browns, and they're going to fill up my victory point generator.
Oh, you had a card on top of the thing. I was looking for the other card.
I know. I ran out of room over here.
Yeah, I see.
I could technically. I could.
No.
It goes up. It goes up top.
Oh, it is up now. That's right. It's above. It's above.
Yep. Okay. Did you do this
cards.
last part?
What's the last part?
Yeah, I took mine. And are you taking your last piece?
I did already. The last. Yeah, I took that. I paid.
Then here you go.
And then 6 is not occurring. So
No. Well,
Right.
Chris and I have to pay for our workers.
yeah, well, so it first is you get to move your colonist. So
Okay.
everyone do that if you haven't already. Second is activate your fully staffed ocean building.
Okay.
Now you can perform 1 colonist move, not multiple, unless you have. According to the thing, it says 1.
So that's the question I asked earlier.
No. You can on one movement you can move. For every time you move a group, you pay 1. So you could move all of them, 3 of them, and then pay 1 energy, and then halfway into the game, and then if you move it again, you pay again. From
One thing that he did say is you can move between shelters and buildings freely with no cost, is what he did say earlier.
Right.
Right, but you can't go from a building to a building without paying a cost.
There's 1
Or if you have that, what is that one? There's the shuttle bay allows you to do 2.
Which I have.
Yeah, it allows you to do 2 moves between buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I don't have the shuttle bay. I have the expedition control, which I can move freely as long as it's
you can. Yeah. Okay, so get your activations.
Well, you.
Wait a second.
First.
The activation is under the ocean first, right? Then we go
it's
above.
Ocean buildings. I don't know when your other buildings. I assume it's everything.
Okay.
Oh no, he said these are at the end of the game, so these don't activate every round.
Okay, so this guy, if I have him staffed, this is just at the end of the game. The ones above ground.
Yeah, those are only.
So I get 1 plus 1 times the ground in there
at the end of the game.
At the end of the game.
So then it would be what? That's 4. That's 4 victory points right there. Yeah.
So, well, for all of them, you have more than 4. You have would be like 1. Right, but that's 1 point
for every brown
you have on your total thing, not only on this card.
Yeah, I think it's total.
It's total, not just on the card. Yeah,
that's powerful.
That's why it's 1-time scoring.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
like mine is different. Mine I score because of underwater there. I score every round. So right now I get a point.
Chris is the same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, I still got 2 more turns.
Start getting those browns.
Yeah, don't laugh because Chris Walter got 2 of those as well.
What I don't see. Yeah, I got to.
Yeah, Chris's is 1 times. Yeah, 2
victory points for every 2 medals. So he gets 1 victory or 1. Yeah,
and 1 for every 2. Yeah.
And then
which I think is actually easier if he doesn't spend them. Like just start accumulating
right
from now on. Yeah.
Well, now it's time to just shove him off the track for metal and energy for the rest of the game.
Okay, so we're gonna.
Gil's up here with 11 victory points.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I don't have any to start, and so.
But that's not much. Like one time right now, Will already has more points than I. He'd be 13 what we have right now.
So here's the thing. I don't know what some of these symbols mean. The dice and then the little chevrons.
Which ones?
And they didn't put a link to the rules in there.
Where? I have the rules right
alien
here.
artifact and mapping the equator. Those two.
That rainbow colored dice and the ranking bars on people.
All right, let's see if there's a card index on
the. I'd imagine that one actually.
Understand that.
What's
process.
the name of the card? What's the name of the card?
It's mapping the equator. Oh, sorry, alien artifact first.
Bet you it lets you do like one die to whatever number you want.
It's not on the expedition.
If it gives you an extra dice for the rest of the game, that would be like awesome.
It probably does.
It's not listed.
But it takes 13 to beat it.
I'm
There are.
positive.
It's
Positive.
not. There's no index of cards here on the rules. I think you just the problem is
You have the rules in front of you, you said?
yeah I do
I'm working on it.
He's working on it.
yeah.
Oh boy. A lot of minerals this round. Little mineral starved.
I don't see that symbol anywhere.
We need more pylons. Oh wow, okay. I see how crazy this gets now.
Armorist is interesting. Chris is going for that. How many tools you
What?
get? You
Please
get a
stay off my tools.
victory point for every 2 tools after that.
Oh, that is big.
What is the name of that card again? Alien?
Alien artifact.
Yeah, it's not listed in here.
It's a tool that has been removed from the game. Tentacles from the deep. Workers sometimes disappeared suddenly. Witnesses describe inky tentacles shooting from the dark, but nobody ever saw what they were attached to.
Where do you read that?
That's on the event.
I see it now, the event.
The player with the most dice in the vents and the player with the most dice in the mines lose one colonist of their choice. Oh man.
Oh.
That's terrible. That makes it so no one wants to go there.
Right. That makes me not happy.
What is the card? I don't get.
So the player with the most dice in the vents and the player with the most dice in the mines lose one colonist of their choice. So potentially, if you have it in both,
that actually hurts Chris Walter right now.
Right.
It does hurt
100%.
It does hurt him. No, negative. He only has. Oh, that's right. He has that 5 marker he's utilizing over there. Throwing me off.
So who is first player?
I have 5.
I have 5. Wait, you don't have 5. You have 10.
Sorry. Yes.
He's using that board so like sneakily he even confused himself.
Yeah.
I have 7.
So it's not me.
I have 5. So let's see. I will have Oh, what will make it so I go last? Go ahead, Gil. You start.
All right, everyone, roll your
I
dice.
didn't want it to start.
I know you didn't.
A 1.
Oh, that
Kidding.
doesn't work.
Great.
Okay, good. They all landed this time.
So, guess I'll have to fight Chris. Let's see where Chris is.
Fight. This is the worst line I've ever had.
I don't know if I go.
on
I don't know if I go
Tabletop
for what I need or for what I don't want him to have. Or you to have.
Gil, I think you're so far ahead. You just need to keep going. No, but
going,
but
Gil.
honestly,
Don't look back. Oh, see, no. This is typical Chris fashion. He cuts us off, interrupts, and he's like, "But seriously, I'm doing this for his benefit."
I mean, it's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
And he's generating 1 victory point per turn with that thing per round, which will give him 2 more victory points out of that, putting him to at least 13. He's also accruing tools over there, so he might be looking at this little gem.
No, I will look into that little gem for now.
Oh, is it my turn?
So,
I apologize.
Yes, Chris,
Gil, you
sorry.
went. Yeah. So Chris dropped a 6.
Did we figure out what these symbols mean yet?
Yeah.
All right, well.
They have a rule book on their Kickstarter. They may be there. Yeah, I couldn't find anything there.
I'm going to use a tool to drop this 6 to 5 and place it there.
Now, I wonder what happens when they tie for the most dice in the area.
Everybody does.
So everyone who has the top number loses it.
Yeah, they lose. You lose.
All right.
Kill. Oh god, that's so funny.
I'm okay with it.
So what is the actual rule on it?
We can't find it.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
See, I could see it being that one. I could see it being you get an extra dice for the rest of the game. I could see it being you get to change the face of a dice after you you get
to me it seems like you get to choose on the neck. You don't have to roll it. You get to choose.
That's what I assumed.
Yeah.
True. Right.
Hang on.
Just plans. A couple people really enjoyed it. Good fun. Do some explanation, alien artifact, and mapping. The Equator expedition rewards are. We didn't understand those. Some scripting for the model would also be nice. Yeah. So somebody actually said that they were looking for the same thing from this on Tabletop Sim.
All right.
All right. Well,
okay. So. Um. Do I do that or do I not do that? What are some other options I have here? Okay, go ahead, Gil.
Mm-mm. You don't bump me. You go after me.
Right.
Yeah, you go after.
You're totally right.
Yup. Yup.
Thank you.
I don't think I want the same as you.
No, probably not, but still.
Yeah, I know.
sorry. Chris, you can go.
Okay. Everyone knew I was going to do it, so.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, I read about that too. Space Jam 2. Can't wait.
With
It's going to
LeBron.
be a good one.
Go ahead, Gil.
I will. 8 to this 5. I don't want them higher numbers just now. Guess I can go. One of the two, right?
Is this the last one, or is there one more? Because
there's one more turn after this.
I have a long day tomorrow.
Yeah, I do too.
We could just do this. Oh. No, we could do this round. But just no, not giving a dent. I don't want to call it because it's going to harm Chris Walter. But
I don't really. I mean, I'm fine. I don't really care.
I mean, it'll prevent me from scoring on those tools as well if we don't go another round.
I am. Calm yourself.
The person who said.
Do we even need him here?
I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Man, this is the longest I've stayed up in a long time. I'm getting old.
Yay.
Oh, that was supposed to be a 3.
It's just normal time still.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay. All right, so I don't have to put anything on there. I think I don't think anyone's placing anything on those other ones just because we don't know what the heck they are. So
I think that's the part of it. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just gonna. Oh, actually, I could drop. Technically, I could drop something down here, and I would be okay.
Yes, you would.
Because I'm not the person with the highest amount of.
But it's just going to send you higher on the track. That's it.
Oh, there's not enough. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd get 2 of what, or no, I'd get 2 energy, which is fine. Yep. Yeah, that's a good thought. Thanks for the.
Right.
It may be a viable strategy. We're just not using as much.
Well, I think it's just that track is a last resort. I don't think it's. I honestly. He mentioned too. He's like, if you go like the track strategy, you're going to lose the game.
Yeah, because to get up to these more beneficial ones, that's 5 or 6, and then you have to keep using it. There's just, I just don't see enough activations.
You have to keep sending stuff to the track.
Will, it's your placement.
It's my placement.
Mainly now that you get those cards that are such a big deal.
Yeah, working in the morning.
I have to drive to Delaware tomorrow morning for work.
I just have my kid all day, so
yeah. I drove back home just to do this.
From Delaware?
We love you, Gil.
It's only 2 hours.
No, that's dedication right there. And you were here on time.
Send that over there.
I'll leave around 7:30. I should be there in time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Gil, go ahead and place your last one.
Now I have doubts where I want to be.
I've like.
So, hey, anyone on a journey? What are those little chevron things next to it? Did you guys figure out that?
No, we had no idea.
Just don't pick it, Gil.
I wish I would know. You guys would just give up on them, so I would just like get the 3 points. Exactly. Get the 3 points. Yeah.
No, he was saying he wishes he knew what it did. He was just like hiding it, and then later in the game,
just take the 3 points.
Yeah, like during the last turn, he'd be like, "Oh, I just found it. Here it is."
Yeah, that would be funny though. Oh, you guys gonna screw me.
That is true. My wife does have to work at 5 a.m. and she is currently working downstairs right now.
It's supposed to be a 2. Chris, you can go ahead.
Oh, I could have done that. Forgot about that. I could have lowered my number down. Shoot. Forgot of that.
You guys are just diving in there, huh?
No, I forgot I had the tools that I could just.
You both just diving in there. I see. All right. So what kind of crap am I left with? Oh, everything's under the ocean. Of course it is.
Under the sea.
Under the sea. Useless buildings under the sea. And you guys, darn. It's all right. It's okay. So what am I going to waste this on then? So I'm going to be getting 1 back from that. That's 1. Then 1 from this random thing. So that's 2. And then 2 more. So that gives me energy or metal. That lets me do 2. I don't care about that. Expedition control. We don't have to pay for the expedition. And then drone docks. Let's go with this one. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll resolve this first. Chris, you have 6, so you get to pick what you want.
I'm gonna take the I'm going to take the energy.
Okay.
I go to the track, which pushes me to the. Now, if I move another space on the track this turn, it's not going to happen. Never mind.
You collect every time you move, but
I'm collecting 2 energy then
That
for
or
moving on the track.
behind. Yeah, you can collect that or anything behind you on the track.
Yeah, just 2 energy then.
thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
I almost bumped you guys there, but I thought, oh, everybody plays after me yet.
All right. So B,
Right.
event B is no one in the vents, but then the person with the most there, which is B, loses a colonist.
All right.
He's giving a red away. That's hurts.
It does, but I don't capitalize on
So
it.
yellow, go ahead and take your 4.
And then green takes their 4. I think there's only 8 in there, right?
No, there's 9, I believe.
Oh, good. I get 1. Cool
All right.
beans.
And then so I go up on the track.
I don't. Do you go on the track for that?
Yep, because he
Okay.
cannot at all collect.
Got it.
And
I
so
also go up on the track.
and then I can take whatever I want, right? So I can take 2 tools there instead.
Right.
Yes, you can. Oh, tool stacking. Oh boy, look at that.
Actually,
Oh.
for you, that was a much better deal than yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was. That was good strat there. Good strat. And he is going all in on the tool strat right now.
No doubt.
You have not noticed.
My
Okay.
tool stack is almost as high as the edge of the table.
Then we go to buildings, right?
Yep. I pay 2.
So
he's buying the
No,
building that gives
I'm
him
buying the building.
So I'm paying all the.
victory points for each one.
I got both buildings.
he's up. He's awake. I'm gonna move this over here. Ugh.
Okay. So, Chris, you get to select your first colonist.
I think I'm going to take the red.
Okay. Gil, you get to take 1 colonist.
I'll take the pink.
Chris, you get to take another colonist. As long as you make sure you're paying your 2 energy.
Yep. Let's see.
Them right.
Mhm.
I am taking 2.
2 blue.
Yep.
And on those blue, the first one's wild, right? On those ocean ones, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then I will take
What the hell?
blue and a brown. And I will pay 4 energy for that.
I'm not gonna take anybody. I'll just collect my die.
Do you not have to take someone?
Do I have to take someone?
It says 1 to 3. I mean, but he can't. If you, well,
Oh, he can't
can't
afford.
afford.
He's got the money. I don't know if he's forced to take one or not.
That's
Yeah.
the question. Am I forced to take the?
If they're left in there.
I don't know. It says there's stuff in there, and it says 1 to 3.
Sure.
Right.
Oh,
So if you couldn't pay, that's 1. But
all right. Then.
I mean, it's still a strat because you're taking away the most powerful one to possibly have it
Yeah.
get blown out of the airlock. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
all right, well, go ahead and
I'm actually just going to. What was I
I'm gonna
paying
move those
for?
around because I
That's a
have
red, right?
mission control, so they'll let me move them around.
Oh, you don't have any more spaces to move someone to so you're gonna have to kill
Just
someone.
Yeah, that's what I was
Who?
saying. I will have to kill somebody. That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
I didn't want to pick it up anybody.
Well, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying is like if his most Well, hold on a second. That red you just got, where'd you put it?
Here, because I have the expedition control, so it does no cost for me to move them.
To move if you're
In an expedition.
countering on an expedition, not that's the
building still is required. You have to pay for it, which you can't afford to do. So that red one's going to get blown out of the airlock.
No, that's not what he said before.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
I even said. He said because as long as I fully staffed, I could.
Gil, it's because that one has the mission symbol. It's for expeditions. So that one was free. You didn't have to pay the one to put it on expeditions. It was the other one. It was like the shuttle one, or I can't remember what it was called. That was the one to any movement.
I wasn't quite clear on what was being said either.
I said as long as I have this fully staffed, I could move from shelter to thing and thing to thing as long as this was fully staffed. That's what I understood before, but that's fine. If there's a question, I'd rather not have a star there. No, well, I'm not going to win, but
I think you are. I'm just that or you or Chris. I don't think
Will win because he is right behind me here, and he has tons of points.
Okay, we got to reset. Are we going to do this last round, or
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. But hold on. Did you guys finish resolving all your activated things?
Oh.
No, I did not.
Okay, sorry.
So I get a person from in here.
So I got one
that comes
point.
over.
I got 12.
Actually, just do it this way.
And then I have to pay I'll gather an energy or that and an energy. And then 2 more.
I don't have to pay for anybody.
Oh, I don't get 2 of those. That doesn't activate because it's not.
I have to space out my guy here just a second.
So yeah, those 2. I have to pay 2 to keep these guys in here alive, which I'll do. And okay, that's all I can do. But these guys do get to survive. Thank goodness. Lowest amount of resources. Gil has none, right?
That's correct.
Chris, do you have 17 minerals?
Yep.
So Chris Walters go first.
When did you get all those minerals?
Well, because I've collected a bunch here. I'm on this track, and so I'm collecting them here. I collect 5 around with these 2.
Where did
you get bumped in here? I thought you collected 1 there.
I got moved up, so it's 1 set of 2 here. I got 4 from this round. For the past 3 rounds, I've been collecting 5 a turn.
Got it. Yeah, and Chris Walters in true Chris Walters fashion is like, I think it's definitely gonna be Gil or.
I really do. I'm not lying.
Don't look over at my table. Outside my table.
There's another building with the toolkits.
What?
What?
I don't have enough. I don't have enough things to pay for that.
Each player must play 1 energy for each. What's that on G? Okay, G. We have to be able to play. We have to pay 1 energy for each colonist in the shelter, and that's before the end phase.
Right. So it's just a double. It's a double.
It's a double energy hit. Yuck.
That doesn't even make up Gil's number of 12, though. So,
all right, this is
okay. I'm going first. Is that what you said, Gil?
Yes.
Yeah, because Gil wants to go last.
Okay, everyone, roll your die.
Oh, all right.
Give him the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming up.
3 turns in a row.
No.
All right.
Oh no, that is 30 kinds of wrong.
Gil,
I'm screwed.
that hurts real bad.
Oh my god.
I can.
What happened? Oh,
All ones and twos.
Although, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out for him. Well, he has no resources though. Yuck.
Yeah. No, if I had stuff left over, I would work.
Could could
like
potentially help him because he can siphon it. He can push people off the
What's
two
the
resource
event?
track.
It's double paying here for any colonists left in your shelters.
Yeah, for energy.
So you pay on G, and then you pay the end of turn cost.
So if you don't have enough by G, then you have to eliminate anybody in your shelter. If you don't have enough energy to pay for the colonists in the shelter by G, then they get eliminated.
Gotcha.
And then you have to pay another 2.
Will, your turn.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I just so he can afford the buildings. Yeah, oh, come on, this is annoying now.
What if I can buy the building?
No, I'm just thinking. So that is 4 mineral. I'll do. And I'll pay the tool to make that 6.
All right, Gil.
Oh, hey, actually, we didn't draw. There's no colonists.
Good.
There's 2 right here.
On the card?
There's not 2 on the card.
Oh.
No. I mean, we need to put 2 in there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but there weren't any.
Oh, then you have to put everything back. Here, wait, there's one more here. There's a bunch.
I took the ones over here.
There we go.
All right, so you're good?
And then I actually
right.
need to, I think, there's 2 more that needs to go here. So I only took 6 for here.
All right.
Apologies. Whose turn is it? Mine?
Looks like it.
Shoot.
Then I will go.
And if they don't put like
this is last round, right?
Cards,
Yes, this is last round, yeah.
What, Gil?
if they don't put an index of card in this game, it's impossible to.
It's gonna be hard, yeah.
Yeah.
Will, your turn.
I'll do there.
Oh, so I can send those guys into expedition. I see. Interesting.
Wait, before Gil goes, never mind. I'm not going to do over. Whatever. Go.
Got it?
Yep. I mean, I wanted to move this one over to that expedition, but that's already placed.
All right. So I will turn this 2 into a 6. Use all my 2s there. Come on.
You want it on this one, Gil?
Yeah, on this one. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when you send guys to help with your expeditions, do you get them back when your expedition succeeds, or are they just kind of spent?
No, right here.
You get them back.
No, I thought you spend them like
You spend an energy to send them, but I assume you
right, but they go back to the shelter whenever.
Right. They've been used.
I don't spend energy because that's
one thing I didn't ask him. Could you after later on? Could I spend later or did it have to be when you place the dice?
I think it's I think I asked, and it was. Now they have to be when you place the dice. That's what I thought I had asked. So again,
all right, you're up, Chris.
Gil. So is that an 8? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's 8 for now. Yeah.
Okay.
For now.
Whose placement? Oh, okay.
Oh,
good night,
Vanessa.
Good night.
Okay.
Your turn, Chris.
Oh, wait, just a sec. I forgot to pay all the tools. Cheating already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
Problem is, who's going to try and keep Chris from getting that building?
Okay. I'm going to place this here, pay 1 energy to send my Marine out there and reduce the green by 2 and reduce one opponent die by 1 or 2. Yeah, I'll reduce this to, there we go.
I think I'm the only one who can potentially stop him. Will, you can just take that and set it back on your board, off to the side. That's what I did. I adjusted the die. I think I'm the only one who can stop him from doing it because I can do 8, and for him to be able to beat that, he'd have to spend a couple of his tools, which would drastically reduce his points, and he would have to have enough minerals for it. Well, he's going to get 2, and he can keep placing. So, oh no, he's not yellow. Sorry, brain's hurt.
It's enough chat out of the producer.
The guy's quite trying his strategy and hoping the other guy don't see, and the other guy goes and say, "Oh look."
Matt does this to me every game. No one listens to him. No one listens to him.
No, it's not.
Eric mentioned that he tried trying to find an answer.
I'm gonna
Twitter post you did. He has no idea.
Yeah, I did. We all looked, and he's shifting us, Gil.
Shift it.
Oh, you.
Sorry, I didn't realize that's what you were doing. All right,
Chris.
Do I think I can stop him?
I don't know if you even want to try, because it'll jeopardize your scoring.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually not as bad. So it would cost me at this point 4, just 2 victory points. But because I would add a 6th building, I would jump 2 victory points. So it does just negate it, but it stops you from doubling it.
Mm-hmm.
So I am actually going to do that.
Of course he is.
Oh, that's true. I mean, he could pay to move him around. He can pay people to move off his ocean. Yeah. But,
yeah, well, I'm still going to go with my strategy. Because it's going to cost me 2 to pull guys out of there for each one, and then cost me to move each one of them around.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was going to go for that.
All right, Will.
Do. That's a 2. Go ahead.
I'm confused.
Gil.
Oh, so that you can beat him and take over the second spot for the resources. Yeah, gotcha.
But that's if he's not going to win. So.
Wow.
I do like this game.
Like
It's very interesting.
a little bit different than other things. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Well, it's a lot of the hot. So I would qualify every single mechanic that's in this game the hot mechanics that are out right now.
Right.
Engine building, dice
displacement,
and displacement. There's some deck building elements because you're recruiting different things that you're trying to build.
Yeah.
And every single mechanic that's in this game right now is the hot mechanic that's out. But there's an element of it where there's a lot of mechanics going on. So I don't know. I think
it works.
It does work. It works. I mean, I'm not a big Euro player, and I know this wouldn't really be a Euro. But in a way, it's almost like a competitive Euro, the way that all the things are moving around.
Yeah.
And I think the dynamic factor, and there's a little bit of luck factor in here that makes it. Like I can't set a strategy. Let's put it that way. I can't set a strategy because every single dice placement that happens and every single turn around is going to be different.
It's a 3. I believe it's 3. I'm using my.
Oh, it is a 3.
Yeah, I'm going to use my whatever that purple guy is called for that. I'm just going to put them.
What does the purple guy do?
I can only use it with 1 and 2.
Send 1 and 2 only.
So it should be a 2.
But it was a 2. But the cube makes it a 3, right?
No, the pink cube.
What is the advantage? What is the advantage of sending the pink then?
It gives you a victory point.
Yeah, it gives you an extra victory point.
If you earn a reward, you get a victory.
Oh, that's okay. Then I give my dice back. I thought he was.
Give me my dice back.
And now that stupid thing got under there. Well, then there's not much I can do in this game anymore. I'm done.
That's the sound of defeat in Gil's voice there, even though he's probably going to win.
I don't think it's him or Chris Cornell. I don't think I'll have
right.
No, look at you. You have how many points right there?
End game 34 points or so. Hold on. So wait. Yeah, 34 points. Chris W. Then Gil, then Cornell, and I'll be in last. Somewhere.
I think it's going to be Cornell,
the leggings,
then me, then Gil, and Will.
Stupid.
I would be, Chris, I would be extremely surprised if that would. I would say that would be closer to happening if you let me have the building. But
yeah.
One thing that is ever intriguing to me is the way that you, Chris Walters, are able to manipulate the table in games that don't have like a manipulation mechanic. You just your personality, like we look over and you're cuddly and you're soft, and we see that, and then your eyes well up, and you're like, no, seriously, guys, seriously,
but seriously,
look at the other guy, he's gonna win. Like, guys,
don't look at me.
Okay, yeah, don't. Well, why would you do? Oh, why would you even look at me? Look at the other guy's gonna win the game.
Before we keep going,
it is.
You need to have this fully staffed to score that in.
Right. That's why I quit worrying about it.
I'm thinking we need to have something going on here. Like once we get past like the 1 hour mark, the 1.5 hour mark on a game, Matt just needs to unmute his microphone and talk to everybody.
Chris, it's your last play.
Okay.
I know we're almost there. Home stretch. Chris Cornell, your last dice.
I am working on that.
Oh, and he made my decision much more difficult on that one. Good block, Chris Walters.
Which one?
Can I get
the expedition block?
Damn it!
Yeah.
Let me just quick change my thing here.
What are you doing, Gil?
I was changing to my mind, but never mind. It's too late.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know why that is painful for me? What you just did?
No.
Count my expedition tokens.
Oh, are you just shy of?
I need all 3 of these to just get tokens on them in order to have 5, which would give me points. Otherwise, no points for expedition at the end of the game.
I'm just gonna hop into it as well. I think. No, actually, that put me into the 4 mark.
Oh, so you're stuck too.
Well, it's your placement. Yeah, I'm at 2 right now.
I'm going to
actually. I would like to go here. I'm sorry. I'm gonna.
That's all right. I'm placing on this right here.
Okay.
What says 6? You said.
Right.
Oh, he has 6 expedition tokens.
Yeah, so he'll end game is going to have. Oh, that's still only 3. 8 or more. Oh, yeah, 8 or more expedition.
So I'm gonna be at 0 as well. I'm not gonna get that.
Gil intentionally didn't stack his, so we can't count them.
I think he's at 5. Gil, did you place your last one?
I did.
Okay. All right, let's do all of these. So, this section, I've got the most, so I'm going to take the 5.
Weird. Got it.
You honestly probably could have just taken 1 and put it down below.
Yeah, I could have. I didn't. Okay.
So I got 3, right? Yeah,
Yep.
and then an expedition token. Make sure you take
the 2 victory points of the people. Gil.
Oh,
Chris, did you take your victory expedition token?
No, I did not. Thank you.
Let's see what I need for that. Brown, red.
Will, you took yours? Yeah, you got 3.
I did. Yeah.
I'll take the. Wow. Yeah, you can't. Okay, I'll take the points.
Okay.
What color are you? Yellow, Gil?
I'm yellow.
No. Yeah, he's yellow. Wait, which people are?
Did you get my?
So these are the ones that Chris get, or whoever was on there get. Yep. And then those go back to you, I think, because whoever placed the.
That's mine.
Okay.
Yep. And then Chris, you want the 4 tools? I assume.
Yeah, I'm taking the 4 tools.
Okay.
And then I go up. I go up on the track again.
Yeah.
Which puts me, so I can choose what I want. It's last round. I'll take the 2 energy because I has none.
Did you guys score my points for me there?
I gave you 2 points. Where did it go?
Where did you guys
yeah, but I'm going to be able to place them the second that I get the building. Yeah. And the building is
I thought it was
that
3
one.
points.
So.
How I go from 12 to 14 if I have?
Is it 3 points? I apologize, Gil.
This was just a receptacle for those guys. That's the only purpose.
No, Gil, it's 2 points.
Oh, it's 2 points. I'm so sorry.
Gil.
Well,
now, from what I remember, Will, if you place those, if you place the building, you have to pay to move those guys.
Not from the shelter. Shelter's free.
Oh, shelter to building. That's right. Sorry.
Chris, take your 6 energy.
And make sure when you guys calculate up here, because Blue, I see you're getting a lot of people up there. You're going to need a lot of energy if you're going to plan on putting them in shelters.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't want to move my guy over.
Because you're going to need another 2 for each person.
Gil, go ahead and take them alive 3 minerals. I'll take 3.
That blue hand keeps mixing up my head. And I get a shield too, right? I forgot.
Yeah.
Ooh, just 1.
Oh, I should also have 1 more shield. Shield. I don't think so, actually, but I hadn't won a bunch of them. I got kicked off.
Oh, yeah, the track.
Yeah, I just got. I'm with the 2 wins.
He focused on those things a lot.
Yeah, I got knocked off so many times that it. Okay, and then this goes away. Buildings.
Just in minerals alone, I think you have this game, Chris. BT dubs. Because you're getting a victory point for every single item alone, plus whatever that calculation thing is. Buildings is this one. I have to pay 2 for it. Another one in the ocean.
No, It's not 25. It's 12.
Oh, well, it's what? How many? 15?
It's 2 for every... It's a victory point for every 2, so it's...
No. Look on this, though. Look on for every single resource you have at the end of the game, you also get a victory.
No, that's for every section of 5.
Oh, sorry. Yep, you're right.
And I would assume it's only capped at the 3. So I wouldn't get those. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think it makes sense for me to be able to get those.
So these, I'm just paying that out there. And then I have to move these 2 guys and a red in.
All right. Chris, are you taking people?
What's that?
Are you taking people?
I am. And thank you for leaving me some decent choices here. I need that engineer, that one there, and I'm going to take... Hang on. Let's see. So I need to pay 4 for taking those.
And you still get to select, 3 more?
Yep. Because I have a 4, I can do 3 more. Yep, so let me put those away. But what I need there is not... the steward, whatever, I can take him or leave him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put him there.
Just listen.
And might as well take the brown. No. I don't know. Hang on. Let me see. Because it costs me 1 to move stuff around after the fact. And what I want to do is I want to move a brown, a red, and a blue up here to get those victory points. Those. Yeah. All right.
Cool. So that's your last die?
Yep.
All right. So then we go to 6. So there's nothing. So E.
Well, I get a point for my...
Well, we're not there yet, Gil.
Yeah, not there you go. So we have to pay. We have to pay anybody in your shelter. You have to pay to keep alive one energy
once. So that's Will.
So I have to pay 1 to keep that guy alive.
Now we're at the end of turn. Will or Gil. So pay for your colonist moves. Go ahead and do that, Chris.
Yep. Do what?
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet.
So do we activate things first?
Nope. You got to pay. The first part is you perform 1 colonist move swap.
Oh, okay. So, can we activate and then activate everything and then can we move after the fact as well, or no?
End of round, stage 1. You perform 1 colonist move to activate your fully staffed ocean building.
Yeah, pay first.
I know.
I know.
Can't do that.
Oh, okay. So the question is that worth... So if I leave him there, that's worth 2 victory points. Mm-hmm. But if I move him, that's worth 4.
The 2 because
at the end of the game. So this is worth 1 victory point. This is worth 1 victory point because of this. So I want to move this guy for free, and then I want to pay for that guy and that guy to move. I would, wouldn't I? That's
but how you have a brown on there?
Because that first is.
Remember that was what he said.
I thought it was only for that first round of the three. Oh.
On the ocean cards.
Yeah, on the ocean cards, yes.
All right.
Thanks, Matt. You're right on that. I appreciate that.
You're right.
Okay. And then everyone activate your fully staffed ocean buildings.
All right. So this guy comes over here. Yes, perfect. And that gets placed there, which allows me to get. Let's do. I got one. Sorry, I'm talking. And then I'll do 2 energy.
My stack of tiles is right there at the edge of like level with the edge of the table.
Actually, no, I'm gonna do 2 metal for that.
All right, is everyone activated?
Yes.
Just wait 1 moment.
For ocean cards, not surface
I'm good.
cards.
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta
Okay,
start
so this
with
is-
points.
Good night, Molly.
Good night, Molly.
Okay, so end of game
Good
scoring.
night, Molly.
Gil,
I only got. Let's see. So it's 1 + 1 per purple. I have 1, 2, 3 purple. So that's 4 points.
Wait. Are you scoring first? We have to pay 1 energy for any leftover people in shelter. Does anybody have any leftover people in shelters?
No.
It's just you.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that we all did it.
Okay. So Gil, what were your cards for purple?
So this card here is 1 point plus 1 point for every purple I have at the end of the game. I have 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 points total.
Okay.
And then
And
that
then-
card's giving me 1 + 1 per red. I only have
2
1 red, so that's 2 points. And that's
Okay.
it. Because I
Well-
couldn't staff that and there. I couldn't.
So then you don't have any banked 5s.
No, I have nothing there.
For your
I have-
buildings, how many buildings do you have fully staffed?
I have.
They don't have to be fully staffed. You just have to have them.
Yeah.
There is one that
Oh,
says
okay.
fully staffed. There's that on the end of game scoring. There's a fully staffed buildings area.
He said that at the end that it didn't have to be fully staffed.
Yeah.
At the rule explanation.
Yeah,
That's
well-
what the question mark's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many
Oh,
buildings do you have?
No, there's
together?
2 separate sections there. There's a
Well-
fully staffed area, and then there's a number of buildings area. You get
Oh,
scored
I
Fully
see that.
staffed isn't what we
per number
just
of
did.
buildings.
Yeah.
Fully staffed, what we just did. It like they have to be fully staffed to activate that
Calculations.
point.
Got it.
Yeah, calculation.
Okay.
It's the land ones, Chris, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So Gil, you have how many fully staffed?
How many fully staffed?
Yes.
I have 3 fully.
Or no, sorry. How many do you have total? 5?
Oh, total 5.
So you get 3 points for that. And then for
That's-
each set of all 4 color units.
I have only 1 of those.
Okay, so you got 1 point there. And then
I
a
have
point for
6.
each leftover unit.
Wait. Did you say 1 point? He gets 3 points for that.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
1 second equals 3 points, not 1
Yep.
equals 1. Yep.
And then a point for each leftover unit outside of the
Outside of the inside
set of 4. So what
It looks like for every 3, you get 1 point.
is that what it is?
Well, it shows 3
Okay.
units there.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 1, 2. So he gets 1 more point because he's got 4 left over after his set.
Yeah.
And then I have 6.
So he gets
Shields.
3 points for his explorations, and then you do not have the most tools.
No, not by a long
Okay.
shot.
Chris, let's calculate you.
Me?
Did I call this or what? It's looking like it's going to fall in predictions here.
All right. So what are we calculating first?
So first for any of your banked 5s, you don't have any.
How many?
Okay, so your fully staffed top buildings.
So this is 4 points for that one.
What color are you? Blue.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And I have 22 tools, so
11
that
points.
brings me 11 plus 1, so 12 points.
Okay, so that's 21. Jumps you to 21.
Okay. And then from there I have There are 5 buildings, so that's 3 points.
Okay.
I have 1 set of colors, so that's 3 points.
Okay.
And then leftovers would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 1 point. Oh, 6, 7, so 2 points.
Okay.
I have 7 expedition tokens, so that's 3 points. I'm pretty sure I have the most tools, so that's 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What?
Will?
How is that possible?
You're rocking 34. Okay. So let's. So I starting with the banked. I have 1 point there. Fully staffed. This is going to be 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9 points for that.
No, that's not right. It's 1 victory point for every 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 4 plus 1 is 5.
I got it. Okay. So 5 there.
So you're at 11.
Buildings. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 points for that. 1 set of 4, I believe. Yep. And then 1, 2. What's that? Outside of set, so that would be another 4. Right? Yeah, another 4 points on top of that. Okay. So 7 total points between the peoples.
Expedition.
Expedition is nil 0.
And you do not have the most tools. Okay. I really don't think I have that. So end of game banked. I think it only counts the 3 because those are all that's left. But if you all are willing to count more, I will take it.
What are you talking about? Counts
so the banked
that only counts for those.
So there's only 3 of them. Then is what you're saying.
Right. It doesn't matter. I mean, right there. So there's 3 points there, 3. And then 15. And then
16, for 17. Fully staffed buildings, I get 25. That's 30 total. So 15, 16 puts me to 19. And then it's 1 plus 1 for every 2 engineer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 plus 1 is 5. 5. Total buildings, I have 6. Just 5 points.
And here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't have the set. I don't get 3 there. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Oh, you're right. Sorry, my bad. So it's 3 more points.
Wrong one.
Oh, R1.
Yep, you're green.
2, 3. So tied with yellow.
Yep.
Tied with yellow.
So I called. Well, I kind of called it. I said Chris, then me, then Gil.
I think part of it was I wasn't calculating properly. I was reading that card wrong. I thought you were going to get like a ton of points for that one, but it was half of it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I just kept getting knocked off.
Did I legit just win a game on Table Crashers?
You did.
Is this your first time?
But right, and it's going to be heavily contested, right?
Yeah, because of rules and all kinds.
Yeah, that rainbow dice card is going to be the thing that does it. Put asterisk rainbow dice card. But yeah, honestly, good game, guys. Anybody who's still on, please check out the Kickstarter. I thought it was I thought it was a fun game. If you guys have any questions about how we like the game, join us on Discord and we can carry on the conversation. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next Wednesday on Table Crashers.
Bye.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.